Hey. This was going to be a quick live, and I hope this live don't turn out like it did last week, where I thought I was going to end it quick to watch a versus, then it got canceled. So hopefully E40, it's too short, don't cancel tonight. So we're going to make this a quick little live. And I like to say a disclaimer. This has nothing to do against black or white or wherever you from. This is just in the black woman and man community. Has it gotten that bad? When we get some more people in the room, we gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Yes, we are. Hey. I know it's Saturday, but it's a quick live. I got speakers on my mind. So we're gonna talk about it a little something. We got to talk about this. Hey, no one. The question of today is, has the relationship between black women and black men gotten so bad and gotten so out of control that other ethnicities are stepping in? We don't know how to take care of our own dirt, that we are spewing it out so much that do you think everybody's tired of our division? Do you think that people is like, really, I'm sick of them and their division, that everybody now has something to say about the division that's going on amongst the black women and black men. And I'm going to show you guys, little clips, not too much, because ever since I learned how to share screen, I've been getting hit with nothing with copyright strikes. I ain't used to all these copyright strikes. So which means all the videos I have been making, I get absolutely nothing from them. Can't monetize it. Can't monetize it. Out of control. Other people decided to step in. We are embarrassing ourselves. Do you think that we are true? We need to talk. Yeah, this is a conversation that we do need to talk about. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that I have seen so many different videos of people coming into our mess. They got something to say about our mess that we cannot seem to put up the white flag. We cannot put up the white flag ourselves. We can't talk to each other. It's like the men and the women is both sitting up there having like a piss contest. Like who piss is going to go the furthest? And we're getting further and further and further. We're not getting, and everybody, I don't care, stop it, Carter. I don't care what background you're from, what ethnicity you are. Everybody has problems. Every man and every woman has problems. They all do. Men is from Mars, men is from Venus. But they're not putting it out there and like the way we're putting it out there. They're not putting all their dirty laundry out there the way that we are putting our dirty laundry out there. And right about now, they're tired of us. They tired of us. Even though we as grown people, they feel that they need to step in and now give their opinions on our mess. So we're going to wait till we get at least 8 or 9 people up in here, because I want to show you guys some of the videos that people are making because of our feud, because of our not having self-love for our men, for our women, for our culture. There's no culture that is perfect, but we are the only ones that's laying it out there. Oh, women, you need to take accountability. Oh, you men need to take responsibility. Well, the statistics says this about Black men. Well, the statistics say this about Black women. Oh, look at the baby mamas doing this. Look how they have hurt their kids. Look how the Black dad leaves their kids. It's to the point that it's a slogan now. It's about my Black men. That people are saying, get with a Black man, become a baby mama. We are both being labeled. I think that, why don't y'all stop?
I was just telling you.
We are putting so much dirt out there. We are the joke. Same way they got jokes about Black women. Hey, guess what? They got jokes about you too. They got stereotypes about you too. So this is where we need to come together and say, hey, we need to talk. Now, far as all the Pookie and Ray Rays and all the people that females that we consider as bots, maybe this conversation is not for them. They're in a whole different league by themselves. Everybody is not going to be stand up. Everybody is not going to be stand up and proper and do things the right way. We got to just get that notion out of our mind. Women have been degrading themselves forever. Men been leaving their kids forever in all backgrounds. But we are turned against each other so much, we are now the joke. So we're going to look at the first. Remember, I'm only going to show clips because I'm sick of getting hit with these damn copyright strikes. I'm sick and tired of it. Now we got plenty of if you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. We got plenty of channels. I mean, if you ask me, both of the information is right. I'm not going to say everything that the women say is right. I'm pro women, and I listen to both points of view because it takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. So let's just see how other people are viewing us. Let's just see. Let's check it out. Let's see where we start with first. First, we're going to start with Becky's Business Guide for Black People. This is what she's had to say about us. Let's check it out.
The issue. Becky's Business Guide for Black People, because maybe it's racism and maybe it's economic injustice that we never corrected from slavery. I think it's that one, and I have solutions. I know how much you love white
They're
women
giving
telling you
us
what
solutions
to do.
now.
Or
Check
maybe you
this
just like
out.
us talking. Or maybe it's just because you like our mouths. Which is weird because we don't have lips. I had to buy these. Kylie Jenner style. I apologize for my set. I used to have twinklets back here, but they were stolen during the riots. I'm sure George Floyd's family needed them, though. I'm not racist.
Now listen to what she's saying.
Okay, here we go. Not racist. Step 1, stop signing shitty contracts with old white guys. Let's talk business. I know that cultural appropriation seems like really annoying, but it wouldn't be as annoying if you were making fat money from it. Hey, just saying. When Black artists own their own work and designs and creativity and IP, as they should, the Black community will continue to benefit from it. But if you keep signing shitty contracts with old white dudes who own your masters, you're fucked. Even if you have a hit record, you end up broke in a couple of years like most rappers. Don't take the advance and buy chains. Own your masters. You have a following. Brands will give you chains for free. Marketing. Cultural appropriation is your friend. White people love your shit, as we should. If your number one export is your awesome culture, you'd be silly not to sell it. It's not selling out. It's just selling. Business. Whatever device you're watching this on right now, an Asian person probably made it. But they're making money. It's just capitalism, and you need to play the game. Dr. Dre was one of the highest earning celebrities, not black celebrities, celebrities last year. When black artists and black business people who've made it continue to pull up other black talent, shout out Tyler Perry, it helps redistribute the wealth. Rappers, maybe stop calling yourself Lil, because there's like 5,000 of you so far.
That they telling us.
It seems kind
We
of silly
have
to create
became
brand
the
confusion
joke,
like that,
guys.
but what do I know? I'm just white. If you go to a Little John concert, most of the crowd is white people. Kind of weird for so many racists to hide in plain sight at a hip hop concert, huh?
As you see, I'm not going to show all of them. I'm just going to show bits and pieces. This particular one is Becky's Business Guide for Black People. Now, everybody figured that we can't work out our own mess. We can't work out our own mess. Now they want to do videos. Like, thank you for telling us that, or telling the black man that you own nothing. Thanks for saying that none of you guys got your masters. I mean, I'm quite sure we know this already, but hello, Solar Birdie. But this is the point that we've gotten to. I'm going to go into a little bit more, and I got to find the one with the DMs. I'm quite sure everybody's seen this already when they was going in on our black men, but it's gotten to the point everybody has stepped into our business. Well, we're going to listen to a little bit more of Becky. And you notice she put that there to be funny. Becky's Business Guide. So she's taking our life and thinking she's giving us information, and if it's a joke.
I'm messing with you. Let's circle back to branding. Remember when #MeToo actually meant something? And then suddenly everybody who ever had a bad date was trying to cancel the guy, as if we all haven't given a blowjob we regret. I did this morning. It totally took something that mattered and watered it down, like an Americano that just wasn't made right. Also, I support the protests, but when I saw people go for Starbucks, I almost became a roof Korean. What did Starbucks ever do to you except caffeinate you to live your life? So maybe don't dilute this moment to be about everything and stay focused. I don't think you need a handout. I just think you need a handout to bring the next people up. Jay-Z and Beyonce, $1 billion. Help the next crew. Okay. Step 2, we totally have to decriminalize marijuana. All these black kids are acting up. It's almost like you've locked up one of their parents for something stupid like a joint. Of course, weed should be decriminalized. It's pretty fucked up to put people in jail for marijuana. Let them out. Start rebuilding families. Seems like a lot of people on the internet right now should hit the pipe. A lot of people typing crazy shit. Is it only drugs that black people predominantly enjoy that should be illegal? That's what I'm hearing? Okay. Yeah, that's fucked up. I'm a pro. If we're going to criminalize drugs, then the pharma companies are going to have to go to prison because they're the ones responsible for killing so many people. Side effects may include everything. White savior. Okay, yeah, being a white savior makes me thirsty. Not trying to tell you how to live your life, but maybe be a little bit nicer to people that are trying to help and trying to figure things out as I go. I wish this was like the internet's crazy. Also, it might be a good time to not cancel everybody automatically as they try and learn how to be better. If you want a second chance, you have to give second chances. Step 3, black men.
Listen.
I need you to pull out and stop coming inside women that you don't want to have a family with.
Isn't that something?
Great. I read somewhere that 80% of black homes are single parent homes.
Isn't that something?
I get that black women are like super hot. Somebody tell Hollywood because they don't treat them.
Now she's trying to say, hey, my partner in crime. Hey, my co-host, Dr. Mero. It's going to be short. I got to watch my verses tonight. But do you notice that she says, and she's speaking upon family, and it's too many unwanted kids out here. And that's another thing that's destroying black people. So stop having babies. That's something we have said already. But being that it's so out of control, it has gotten so out of control. People of different races feel that they need to step in because we as people don't know how to handle our own mess. So now we have become the joke. It doesn't matter. They feel that they have to give us advice. That's how bad we have gotten. Well, let's finish with this, and I'm gonna show a couple of more of other people telling us about us. That's how dysfunctional this war between the black men and black women have gotten. People is tired of us. They sick and tired of us. Let's go.
Like that. I've noticed. Shade. You're telling me black women can play one of two roles? Either the crazy ratchet hoe. I read somewhere that 80% of black homes are single parent homes. Listen, I get that black women are like super hot. Somebody tell Hollywood because they don't treat them like that. I've noticed. Shade. You're telling me black women can play one of two roles? Either the crazy ratchet hoe or the tough girl. You sure black women don't have a range of emotions like everyone else? Shade. There's no way Jesus doesn't love your people. Blessed. Booties are blessed. P.S. I think dark skin is beautiful, which is why I spray tan. You're not only putting your child, but your entire culture at a financial disadvantage by not having two parents in the home. And I realize that a lot of you who do that didn't have two parents in the home. Don't you want better for the next generation? You want to change the economic issues? Just pull out. Just pull out. Becky, they don't have economic issues. Let me explain this for stupid people who didn't bother to look at my PowerPoint. Black people in North America were slaves. And then one day we were like, our bad. Okay, bye. How are they free when they had no money? Thanks to you being super talented and smart and making really amazing creative things the whole world wants to enjoy, we can fix it. Let's make it rain on you. You've got to do your part to help even the playing fields. Speaking of playing fields, black people, you got to buy some sports teams. Things that you excel at, you should be owning. And black people excel at sports, not hockey, but other sports. All the organizations that just got tons of money thrown at them by corporations that want to make sure you don't think they're racist. We put up our black square, and how much does it cost to not be racist? Build the wealth. Black Lives Matter would be a dope record label. Just saying. Y'all should be buying Amazon stocks. Number 4, let's talk about the vote. Personally, I don't care who you vote for because I believe your vote has to be earned, not just given based on your skin color, because that sounds insane. Black people have...
See, while we are sitting back worrying about who's right, who's wrong, who's a thought, who's a deadbeat, the dominant society is showing you this is what you should be worried about. This is it's not about agreeing with her or not. It's gotten to the point that people feel, let me give them advice. They are tired of our mess. So she's trying to say, these are the things y'all really should be worrying about. You know, while we worrying about who's high value, who's this, who's that, who's this, and who's that, but none of y'all own nothing. So they sitting back saying, maybe we need to step in and help them. Now we got all these intelligent men, all these intelligent women. No, that part is true, Lady Pat. But I'm just saying, these are things that we need to discuss. These are the things that we need to discuss. Disclaimer, this is not about black or white or indifferent. I'm just talking about my black men and my black women in the state that we are in now. This is why we cannot move forward. But it has gotten so messy that other people decided to step in and say, hey, they acting like children. I got a couple of more. Hey, Joe Moms. Maybe you don't understand what I mean by the dominant society. I understand she's one person, but I understood what I said also, Joe Moms. You know, this is a sign of the times that they're tired of us and our mess. So being that y'all cannot be civil, we have to step in. So I got a couple more to go. So this is just a little bit on her.
Always supported left and voted left. And anybody who doesn't who's black is a coon and other bad words I'm not allowed to say. And I've never said that word. You always voted left, you always supported left. I just want to actually do things for you, like dating someone who keeps cheating on you and you think they're gonna change. They're not. They're going to keep cheating on you. Only politically date someone who actually does what they say. Your vote is so important in the next election. You better make them work for it. Also, when it comes to voting, we should probably stop deciding how we're going to treat people based on who they vote for. Fortunately, obese and having heart disease and all these other issues because of it. When you're sick, you're spending money on medical bills and medicine. And that's money that's not going to your kids' education. Being healthy is part of the rebellion. It's a lot harder to control healthy, happy people. So 2 parents at home and no money go looting. That doesn't make any sense. Said I don't understand it. Leave the small businesses alone. Side note, it's going to be kind of obvious in certain neighborhoods that y'all doing too much. I saw photos where they shackled themselves and put the things on like they're slaves. If you're really about that life, volunteer as a slave for a black family for a year. Oh, it was just for a photo. I get it. Yeah, you're an idiot. And lastly, just a little side point for me. When you say things like white fragility and toxic whiteness, it's kind of fucked up. And you know how I know it's fucked up? Just replace white with black. Doesn't sound right, does it? Exactly. I know for a fact that we're able to lift everybody up without having to pull anybody else down. Toxic whiteness, toxic blackness. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Becky, and these were my business tips for black people this time. Yes, I'm calling myself Becky. I'm taking the power out of the word by owning it myself. Some smart people taught me that. Thanks for watching. My name is Nicole Arbor. If you like this video.
That's one down. It's have to depend on the dominant society referee. Thank you, Lady Pat. Now we're going to get into the next one. There's a couple of them. One I should have found. We're going to get into the next one. This one is Asian man explains why black women should give up on black men. Now we got Asian men who stepped in. Now we got the Asian, went from Becky, now we got an Asian man. This is how bad it is. Let's take a little listen.
David, I want to talk about something that I'm going to direct this video towards black women because I just want to know something. I was just, as you could tell in the background, Maury is on, and there was a black man on there he was in a relationship with a white woman, and he got busted for being a cheater. And I was just thinking, I was like, why is it that black women still keep trying to find a, quote, good black man when black men don't even know how to treat white women good?
Just how bad we got,
guys. They glorify white women so much. Look, you see it all the time. Black men are always glorifying white women. I mean, that song that says Michelle Pfeiffer, White Gold, or whatever, I forgot how the song goes, but they're always like glorifying white women, and you see them all the time in relationships with white women, and they treat white women like they're the cream of the crop. And then they turn around and mistreat white women. They cheat on them. They do the same stuff that they do with black women, except they do the same stuff that they do with black women. But the difference is they glorify white women so much. And the thing is, why is it that black women are still trying to find the quote-unquote good black man when they can see that black men can't even treat the women that they glorify so much? They can't even treat them good. Like, you would think that since they glorify white women so much that they would be able to treat the women that they glorify good. But since they can't even treat the women that they glorify good, what makes you think that a quote-unquote good black man will treat a black woman good? That's why I say black women need to just give up on trying to find the quote good black man, because there's no such thing as a good black man.
Now, our dirty laundry have gotten so bad, thanks to Cynthia G. This is from her video, Cynthia G. It has gotten so bad. No, we understand that he wants to be chosen, but it's like men is like saying, hey, Black men, not your black men. They speaking upon us in the race in totality. So some people lucked up and got a couple of good ones. But for all the mess that we're spewing on this internet, people is tired of it. So now you got Trump. You went from a Becky giving us rules and principles. Now we have a Chinese man that's telling us there are no good black men. There are none. But I guarantee you, if a black woman said that, they'd be all on her. I bet you they didn't jump at Becky because she said she took the name Becky. Now the Asian man is saying there are no good black men. They see how we treat each other and how we talk about each other. They decided they done had enough of us. What have we come to as a black people? Because you have to remember, you can have your own individual family, but if it's not the community, that's gonna taint your family. Because that's just like you having the best sneakers on the block. Just because you got the best sneakers on the block and everybody else don't, they're gonna come after the person who got the good sneakers. So the people with the good sneakers can't. No, you got to make sure other people on the block can get something too. So they're speaking upon us, and when people speak upon us or we speak upon people, we speak upon them as a community, not as singular. And what they see of how our dirty laundry is. Now it's just like we have to step up and show them black people how to act. We're gonna have to show them what to do with that dirty laundry. Because they don't know how to act out here. Do you hear our women telling y'all how bad we is? We just as bad. We got mistresses too. A lot of us is paying child support too. No, I don't allow it neither. But I'm just saying this is where it has come to, as in a community. As a community, it's gotten so bad that everybody now decides they want to step in. Now, we've been around black men all our lives, and now you have an Asian man that said there is no good black men. There is none. Which we know that is not true. But being that they feeding off, where are the videos with the good black men? Where are the videos with the good black women? Where is the videos of us having respect for one another? Where is the balance of the videos? People don't realize a group get judged by the quantity of the men. It is right to air out our dirty laundry. It is right to air out our dirty laundry around other groups. It's not productive. However, we cause this can't blame. We call it exactly. What gives anybody the right? I understand you don't like our dirty laundry, but what gives you the right to say there is no good black men? Like, hold up now. But they going by what they see. People don't know us. Some people don't live in America. They go by what they see. They don't see, even with a lot of the videos, the productive videos that we see, how I know, I've seen them myself, are from interracial couples, which is okay. But when it's come down to it, if it's interracial, it's like it's more productive. When it's a black man and a woman, it's like it's not productive at all. We put that out there. People, remember, YouTube goes all over. We both have stereotypes against us, not just the Black woman, but the Black man. And we are still going at it. Let's finish listening to what he got to say.
Black men just, well, I don't want to say that there's absolutely no such thing because I haven't met every single Black man in the world, but from what I have seen, Black men do not know how to treat women. And that's not necessarily their fault. It's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know, like, where, I don't know why they don't know how to treat a woman. But the thing is, Black women need to just give up on Black men. They do, like, because it's not, it's like trying to chase a treasure, a pot of treasure at the end of the rainbow. Like it's never, it's hard, it's probably.
If you notice, he have, and no Black man checked him. And then there is no Black man that checked him. There is no alpha man that went and checked him. You know why he's not getting checked? Because they're too busy going after the Black woman. They're too busy going after the Black woman. Even when them ladies put out them, if I'll see if I can find it for you guys. Even after them ladies put out the DMs that's been leaked from Facebook and they spoke upon Black men, do you know what the Black men had the audacity to say? Oh, that's not real white women. That's not how they feel about us. That's a Black woman's account. Come to find out, they so quick to hate us so much. They don't see what the world see. This man said he's gone by what he see. So we all supposed to interracial date or be okay. No, I'm not saying that, partner in crime. There need to be balance. Black men need to counter this with quality Black men. Exactly. Instead of mocking women, show that they're men amongst men. Exactly. No Black man checked him. None. These dudes are weak dudes. There was none that checked him. They are too busy going after us. They weren't about the thoughts or whatever and telling us what we need to do instead of saying, hey, hold up now. Remember, this video is about our condition and how we can help each other. But it's gotten so bad that people think that they can step in and correct us. That's the purpose of this video. Do not lose in sight. I'm not agreeing with anybody is saying, but this is what we portray to the world. This is what we portray to the world. Look at our videos. Look at what we are portraying to the world. Look at in the videos. Look at what we're calling our women in the videos. There is no balance even in R&B music where it's supposed to be talking about love and they still want to call it R&B. Look how we are portraying each other. I will always ride for our people. I don't care about Jimmy Craig and Becky or whoever. I just get what you're saying. We already, like I said, it's not about that, Dr. Mira. I'm just showing the people what we put out there. What we put out there. We need some more people to start putting out. If you're a Black couple and you're a strong Black couple, put that out there. If you got interracial couples could make a whole YouTube channel, why two black people can't do it? We're not pulling the coattails and saying, hey, to our brothers and sisters, hey, you wrong. Or you know what? You can still do that, but put a balance there. Put a balance there. This is what it has come to. That people feel. See, that's what got me kind of like, whoa, the nerve. We gotten so out of balance that people think they let me scold them. Or maybe if they hear it from my mouth, well, we're going to listen to him, then we're going to go to the next person. A little bit more him.
Never gonna happen. So black women deserve a whole lot better than just chasing the proverbial pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Black women deserve a lot better than that. They deserve to be treated as queens.
And where our black men ain't saying this.
Since black men don't have it in them to treat them like queens like they deserve, then black women need to go to people who will treat them as queens. Even a white guy would probably treat a black woman better than black men do.
That's the
and it's sad. It really is, because black men shouldn't be tearing down their own women. They shouldn't. Like, you don't see any other race of men tearing down their own women. Asian men don't tear down Asian women. Spanish men don't tear down Spanish women. And white guys don't tear down white white.
I'm going to rewind that.
Friends would walk
women, and it's sad. It really is.
It's to the point where I had to rewind that part. No, at this point, he's telling the God honest truth. No other race tear down they women like a black man. That's why I say they're tired of our dirty laundry, that they feel they got to step in. He is 120% correct. Asian men don't tear down Asian women. White men, nobody tears down their women like the black man. They so tired of our mess. Not true. Show me some videos, RD. Show me a bunch of videos where they're tearing down each other. Show me where you have a white Tommy Sotomayor that talks about nothing but white women. Show me. Show me. Show me where there's a white Tommy Sotomayor that do nothing but videos tearing down white women. No, we know. What I know, and I said in the beginning, I'm just saying, I know Tommy's a joke, but I said in the beginning, every ethnicity have problems. Every ethnicity have dirty laundry. All of them have it. Every man cheat. All men abuse their women in all races. But look how our dirty laundry is being played out against somebody else. You think black men ain't the only one that leave their kids? A lot of men leave their kids. Hello. But it's not done. It's not rampant in public. It's not rampant in public talk the way we do it. Let's go back to what the man had to say. That part is 100% true.
It is, because black men shouldn't be tearing down their own women. They shouldn't. Like, you don't see any other race of men tearing down their own women. Asian men don't tear down Asian women. Spanish men don't tear down Spanish women. And white guys don't don't tear down white women. But why is it that black men are always constantly tearing down black women and glorifying white women? It doesn't make any sense. That's why I say black women deserve a whole lot better than what black men can offer. And I just want to know, why is it that so many black women don't realize this and give up on trying to find that proverbial good black man? That's never going to happen.
Now, on that behalf, I'm not going to agree. I'm not going to agree. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to agree with forgetting we are in someone else's house acting a fool. Yeah. Now we're gonna look at another one. We're gonna try out another one. Let's see. This is most other groups of men don't want to display them tearing down their women in front of other groups because it reflects on them. Exactly. They don't want to seem weak, so they will do it behind closed doors. I say this, my sister, it's very powerful. They show for their agenda. Whatever their agenda is, that's their agenda. My thing is that our dirty laundry has gotten so bad. People think they have the right to step in. They think they have the right because we don't got our own mess under control. It's video being done every day. It's being, no, we shamed ourselves. Sister, I agree what you're saying, but what about Lonnie Love talking about? Like I said, Cliff Lee, I said the word we. I said we. I don't have to do names. I'm saying we as a culture has gotten so bad that other ethnicities felt that they need to help us. They feel that we can't handle our own, we can't clean our own mess. Like our washing machine is not working. Let me show them. Don't we get tired of people trying to show us about our culture? But we have to admit we put it out there like that. We have talked about the black woman so bad. We have talked about the black man so bad. We play this blame game so much that people understand they're playing the blame game. They are so separated, but we're tired of it. We are tired of it. So we need to step in. Black folks, hello. Disclaimer. This is not about black or white or disrespecting white people. This is just cleaning up our own closet. I got to sit up here and listen to nothing but negativity coming from one black person to another black person. But then now you got other people that's got to come in and say, well, let me school them. What we say is more important. You better than that. We all are. We all bleed red, sister. Preach it. We have gotten to the point to where they're making videos schooling us. Y'all saw the first one I put up there. Let's go to another one. Let's look at another one. All this is just recent. This is how sick and tired of them of us. This is how sick and tired of them of us. Mona Scott, Flavor Flav, and more mess it the reality of good this, which is why it's gotten so bad. That's one of the reasons, because like I said, look at what we are promoting. Look at what we are promoting. You know, every ethnicity has music, but they got good music and bad music. They have a balance. Look at the state of our music we have now. Look at the state. Now, for us to not want to hear something that's mainstream, we got to go digging. We got to go digging. It's been before that promoting pimp culture. Exactly. So we're going to look at somebody else. Let's see. This is a 7-figure man schools. Now, this particular one is to combat Kevin Samuels. This is a man. So in this particular video, what he's trying to say is us white men is the people who really own something. You black men don't own nothing. But this is how we think. This is how high value men really think. He said all positive stuff, though. I'm not going to knock it. He said all positive stuff. But then again, that should have came from a black man. Let's go. This is from Pink Pill. This is from Pink Pill. This is from Pink Pill, VIATKO.
Unless there's something I'm not seeing below, you know, but from a face perspective, like she's very attractive and she's well dressed and she speaks in complete sentences. I mean, come on, a 5 is somebody that is like undesirable, period. Right. And he says that kind of thing to her to make her feel bad and to put her in her place, as he probably, you know, thinks he's doing. So
listen, I want you to hear this part, because he talks about why this man is speaking that way. It's not really, it's not to help her. It's to what, and some of you have kind of picked up on it in the comments. Like I did a video.
An entire audience of strangers on the internet. Do you lack the emotional intelligence to realize that different people like different things? Is that really, you don't understand?
And that's the thing. That's tutelage. So listen, how he feels about a lot of the dating advice that
to me. Now, the problem is, I guarantee you that a lot of these women are on these sort of like dating apps where they meet guys like that, lit by a candle, wearing a suit, and they're like, this is how I signal high value. I wear expensive looking things. Look, I've got a wooden deck.
Listen, I need you all to hear this again. I need you to hear this again. I'm going to rewind that, because when you start navigating through the circles, you realize that
this is Tanya.
The people who are moving and shaking, they walk among us. Like there are really small fine things that you can do.
So I have to fast forward her.
This is how black men have been. Watch her video. So there are things that I want to know, but started.
All right, I'm not going to get all into that one. But y'all could definitely check that one out. But I have one more. I got one more. Me and Tanya got to become friends before I could share her stuff. But her channel is known off of talking about other people's issues, and she watches the video, but me and her ain't cool like that. But I really wanted to get into what he had to say. And he was basically saying that there's an agenda to keep this trash music going, that vibration and hurts in the lyrics and beats are like a spell. Yeah, that we always known, Lady Pat, that we have always known. You know, it all started with the heartbeat. When you had that boom, 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 the more you go, that is just in our DNA. And they know how to use it. Now, this last lady also felt like she had to step in and give her part. Not saying that these people are saying anything wrong, but what I'm saying is it hasn't gotten that bad that people had to step in. Doesn't that make us want to reflect? Make us want to reflect on how we're treating and talking to each other? Let's do one more.
ends up agreeing with that person. Like, that's kind of scary. It tells me that there's a lot of brainwashing going on. There's a lot of delusion going on. And there's a lot of...
I will concede the point.
Have been thinking, but they just haven't come out and fully said it around. What Kevin would be interesting if we got like does, right? So 45-year-old men and
or morality, but it's not even emotionally healthy for this woman to date a man who doesn't make at least 6 figures, because let's say she makes $200,000 a year. She owns her own pet business. So this is a woman who herself is successful. Like, they act like she's acting. They act like she's asking for some pie in the sky stuff. She never said she's looking for, some A-list celebrity or some male model. And it wouldn't even be safe for her to enter a relationship with a guy who doesn't make, at least that much, because then you get into situations where he might just be dating her because he wants his bills paid. It might
So wait, she says that it's not safe for a guy, for a woman to enter into a relationship with a guy who earns less than her, right? Because he could be.
I get to that part.
Like these guys who literally have like the suckiest lives ever. Why am I turning to these people for advice instead of like normal, healthy people in good relationships?
So what's a normal, healthy person? Somebody who's just going to tell her, yes, go for it, because she's saying morals, LMAO. Is reprogram their
is uncouth. This is not a person that is properly socialized. This is not.
So if we've got people listening, says she's like a 6, all that makeup, and some men are settling for that. Nice. I'm just taking disagreements. Concepts of
all right. I gotta find her speech and her speech only. Sugar Love, what you have Black women do to better the situation as a woman? I will love your opinion. First of all, we gotta stop saying Black woman, Black men. We gotta start saying we. It's we. It's we that makes up the family. It's we. Yeah, I gotta turn her off because she talk too much, and me and these people ain't cool. So I know I'm gonna get some copyright strikes right here, but we all right. We all right. I'm still I can fight back with the fair use. I know how to do that. But we gotta get out of our mind and saying, what should a Black woman do? What should a Black man do? It's what do we need to do? We need to do something, because they're laughing at the both of us. And I know you guys seen that DM. And then what I didn't like, where when them white women disrespected the black men and was like, oh, I could pee in a black man's mouth and he'll like me. I was disgusted. I was disgusted that she was talking about the black man like that. I was totally disgusted. See, but it's hard to defend the black man. We got to defend each other. We have to defend each other. But see, the other races is not going after the black woman. It's the black man and the black woman that's going at it. But everybody else is going at it with the black man. This is why you should treat us a little bit better. You should give us a little bit more respect, because at the end of the day, we still fighting for you. We are still fighting with you. Them black men are people, women, sons. That's their grandkids. That's their nephews. That's their godsons. We still belong to the community. But if everybody's going against you guys, but you too busy going after us, what do you want us to do when they keep coming after you? Now you got all these different people telling black women to leave y'all alone. Leave y'all alone. Black women been on code for the race. It says men that's forgotten. Okay, I was disgusted too, but I have a cousin with the Latina, and she calls him Ninja, and he laughs and accepts that. I got into altercation because she called him that. See, first of all, I love my Latinas, but I don't have to go tick for tat for them. Because you could call me my race all you want, but Latina is not a race. Hispanic is not a race. At least you can call me by my race. What is your race? Spanish is no more your native tongue as English is mine. English is mine. You must have melanin in your skin for you to live on them hot islands. If you got transported to them islands, which is hot, you have melanin in your skin. But that's another story. We've been off code for so long. And I'm not putting this up here like some people put their videos up there because they're trying to prove to the black man, you see. But I see it as, look at us as a people. It's gotten that bad as a people. We've gotten that bad as a people. Now everybody got something to say. Everybody want to start giving us advice. And I've seen other videos. Them Asian people, they are going after you black women. They're letting you know the black man don't want you. We need to hear from the black man, we want you. We want you. I said white Latina? Let me get hold on. Oh, you did say white Latina. Oh, my bad. I didn't read that part. I'm sorry. They're not even Spaniards because they're not from Spain. they're not even Spaniards. They got Spanish blood in them because they were raped. They've been raped by the Spaniards, but they're not even Spaniards. But even though, but the Latino community still stick together. They still, every negative thing about a Hispanic woman, they've been glorified. They tell you in a minute, don't play with me, don't play with me, my woman will cut you. Now you hear they talk about a black woman, they like, oh, stay away, she'll cut you. It's like they proud that their woman is feisty. Hey, Rico, they are proud that their women are feisty. They proud. Everything that we don't like about the black woman or the black man, everybody else like it. They like it. They joke about it. They quick to tell you stories, though. You better not mess. Now, they say we got bad attitudes. Our mouths are like this. We are disrespectful. But when it comes down to a Latina woman whose mouth is just as disrespectful, she get praised for it. When she putting on that Vaseline, putting in that ponytail in her hair, ready to fight somebody, she get praised for it. Her man praise her for everything that she do, good, bad, or ugly. Laundry out in public. Now, what they do behind closed doors, we don't know. We don't know. We don't see a bunch of videos with Hispanic men putting their women in the hot seat, we don't see them speaking upon their bad behavior. We do not see that. We live right, depending on where you live right next to a lot of Hispanic people. A lot of the females be down with the black females, do the same thing. But you don't see a bunch of Hispanic men saying, well, the bad behavior of our Latino women. Man, listen, show me. Not every Caucasian is rich. You got lower class Caucasian people too. They got a bunch of baby daddies too, who's twerking too, who's doing a lot of stuff around their kids. A lot of them do drugs around their kids. They drink them. Some of them do just as bad. But you don't see them trailer park men putting their women out there like that. It's not about glorifying bad behavior. It's about having the respect not to badmouth our women in front of people in the world. Exactly, warrior mink tribe. That's just the point I'm saying. We the only people that profit off of each other's bad behavior. So instead of building the community, I'm going to profit off the community. So I can now live the good life by talking about women I don't know. It's good and bad and everything and everybody. They defend their women bad behavior. They might say something behind closed doors. Exactly. They say something behind closed doors. They got outside children too. They got mistresses also. They got narcissistic men also. And you don't see the women doing a bunch of videos. I'll wait. Show me. Send me some links. Send me some links with Hispanic women going in on Hispanic men. Show me. I'll wait. Please drop me some links. I would love to look at them. I'm not talking about one or two. Drop me some. I could drop you plenty of links and show you plenty of video. They're talking about the black woman, or the black woman is talking about any of videos, but talking about them Asian men. I'll wait. Everybody has bad behavior, but they think of that they profited off black woman behavior. They don't want to fix the behavior, because if they fix the behavior, that's going to take money out of their pockets, because it's about the money. Our community is the only community where family comes last. That's why I said we got to say the word we. Thank you, Warrior Mink Tribe. I seen ninjas get more loyalty to the streets than to their own. Honey. That's another. Make sure you become a subscriber. Make sure you become a subscriber, Warrior Mink. Make sure you become a subscriber, because we're going to be talking more about the family unit. We're going to be talking more about the family unit. But like I said, okay, sis, I feel your pain, but let your finger off the trigger. Nah, man. No. Can't let it off. I love my people. I'm not letting it off. The family unit is the most important thing. As long as we... Thank you, Warrior Mink Tribe. Like I said, I got appalled. I'm not saying what the people were saying was wrong, but I got appalled for somebody to tell me it's like if I tell it's that it comes from another ethnicity to tell us about our bad behavior. But like I said, the money is not in good behavior. It's about, I've ever seen my own people do bad, so I don't want them fixed. See, that's where us good people have to draw the line. This is where we have to draw the line. Stop worrying if talking about the black women don't give us. A lot of women don't give men respect, period. A lot of women mouths are parable. You do got dominant females, masculine skin on the black woman. Black women, it just started with black women and it's going to end with get out of here. And then sitting up there telling women what men. I don't care if he's a beta man. Pick who gives you happiness. Hello, North Vikings. Pick who gives you. That person, when you get old, you still want to dance with. Pick that person. Pick that person when you old and none of that money matters. You and that person just sitting on that rocking chair and it's just the two of you. Hello. We fought to be united. So if you want to have male to male and you're going to have the women, the male against the women battle, we got to form an in-between battle. We have to form an in-between battle. We have to create the battle. No, it's gonna have to stop this constant go thing. You got to hear. They got plans. The stuff they say about black women, to the point that other races got disgusted. Regardless of what we say regardless of what black women may say about black men, is you don't see other races stepped in and go, hey, that black woman is no, but black men have said so much about the black women that other races decided to step in. Even they are tired of how we are treated. We don't treat them that bad. They didn't step in and say, hey, don't say that about the black man. The black man is the best. The black men is getting disrespected as they talking about us, and now they're getting disrespected at the same time. Where do we go from there? Where do we go from there? Then somebody made a statement stating that with the vote and the black women didn't go down, talk about the black woman when about the Trump vote. Did we doing playing tick for tat again? Are we going to be there for each other or have mutual respect for one another and build our community? Or we're going to still keep making money off each other? We're going to try to prove who had it worse or who got it worse. Y'all know who got it worse. The people who's not taking care of their business. All you runaway daddies or all you deadbeat moms. How does that make sense? White want femmes to attack male. That is not true. That is not true. That is not true. Your girlfriends may not approve of that guy and keep bullying you about leaving him. White femmes don't want us to turn. Ken, let me tell you something. They attacking your black image because they always attacked the black image. They're using our dysfunction against us. They're using our dysfunction against us. They always attack the black male image. Always. They only seen you guys as studs. That's all you were to them, were studs. And before this feminism and all this other stuff, we always had your back. We always had your back. We're not going to make it seem like somebody's going to make us turn. Can't nobody make us turn against our fellow man, but our fellow man. I may speak upon stuff, but you will not hear me bash a black man. I may speak upon stuff, but I speak upon it both ways. I speak upon it both ways, but I will not bash a black man. I will not. Unless he come after me. Then it's on and popping. But I can go for a female too. Don't come for me. We sit up there and we try to make excuses. You ain't lying. They taught us to attack ourselves. That's all we do. That's all we do. We can't blame it on the feminists. Ability and be honest about what's at hand. That is the problem. So you want to go back to late 70s where only women spoke. Is this what you're asking, Mr. Mink? One group muted while you don't speak the same energy to the other gender. Okay, Warrior Mike, Mr. Ados is asking you a question. My thing is we got to stop. We got to stop. We got to stop. We got to stop. Because hopefully at 8 o'clock I'm leaving you guys because I might listen. I'll tell you something. I don't know too much about Too Short. I know E40 songs, but I'm gonna be watching my verses later. So we're gonna make this one. We're gonna make this one gonna be a quickie. This one gonna be a quickie, baby. I'm going to open up the line. I'm going to open it up. If anybody have something to say, say it. Let's go. Let's shake, rattle, and roll. I'm going to open up the panel. I'm going to open up the panel. Let's go. Somebody want to talk about the state that we in? If somebody want to speak upon the fact that we are so dysfunctional that other ethnicities think that they can step in, that we can't take care of our business. That's what my problem is at. That's what my problem is at. Greetings, Mr. Research Very Intellectual, also known as Mr. I can't see the end of it, but welcome to the Love Train.
Hey, how are you? How are you? So I come in peace and I come to intellectually help, not to insult. Some things I say may seem weird because I'm an international guy, but I really come here in a helpful mindset.
Go ahead, Mr.
What
Research.
up? What up?
Let Mr. Research have his say so. Fuller man, put your mic on mute. Put your mic on mute. So Mr. Research, Mr. Very Intellectual, can give us his point of view. Go ahead, sir.
All right, so I want to qualify this. So I work in medical finance. I'm originally from the hood, originally did wrong like everybody else. It isn't that I'm arrogant. It's just that I have learned that there are historical elements that we choose to ignore because respectfully, we tend to think locally only. Let's talk about these boys. These boys are the most unprotected people in our group. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about how the males treat the boys to please women. Mm-hmm. Now the women don't ask the men to do this. The men do this because in their mindset, they're operating off plantation training. Africans don't act like them and they're melanated, Black French people don't act like them, and they're melanated. These males want to destroy these boys, and they do stuff to destroy boys in an effort to elevate women. Let me give you an example, and then I'll pass the mic. There's several other I can use, but every other place on this planet where there are melanated people, the sons come first. Nobody can deny that in the chat room or anywhere because it's a historical fact in our history books, European, American, and Africa. But the ADO's plantation man was taught women come first, boys come fifth. So with that type of mindset, Black males don't hire Black boys. They hire white women. They hire Black women. They hire every other demographic of person before they hire their own demographic of boys, which leaves these boys that I used to hang with out on the streets to be the bastards looking for some balance in life. Because as a bastard, came from a 2-parent home, but as a bastard, you're getting your malehood constantly squashed by the woman who is putting the roof over your head. And you hate it the entire time. Again, not talking about me, talking about what I've seen. And the Black males don't care. They care verbally, but they don't put no dollars behind their care. They put their dollars behind women. Let me give you one more example. 100 Black Men. You've heard of this organization.
Mm-hmm.
I have interacted with them in Atlanta, Seattle, New York, San Francisco. When you look at their books, they give 70% of their donated money to girls. While 100 Black Women only helps girls and don't help no boys at all. You can't find one check they've ever given to a boy. Now I'm going to heed the mic on that point because, just so nobody misses my point is we disrespect these unprotected boys so much, especially the men who have no excuse. And then when we ask to fix the community, it's from the standpoint of we're going to help women only. Now I'm talking about the topic. I'm not talking about nobody personal. Go ahead, ma'am. I'm going to put myself on mute.
I have to totally agree with you. I deal with children. I deal with children. I deal with some up to 100 kids at a time. I run a youth center. Do you know how many men I have reached out to and begged to, hey, can you come help me with the boys? We have a lot of young men here that needs to be helped. I don't even care if it's even shoot a game of basketball or enlighten them. And it's very hard to get men to even volunteer their time in their own community helping these young boys. But these are the same men that would sit around and talk about what these young kids are doing in the community. So, they'll
break themselves for a girl, but they'll break themselves.
I was going to get to that part, but I was agreeing with you with the male part first. You know, there's a lot of things that are put in format for women, but it's less things that are put in format for men. So I have to agree with you because I work in that field. Fuller Man, the floor is yours, bro.
Top of the top. So what are you kind of like talking about? You're talking about like gender relations between like black men and women, basically.
No, I'm saying that my topic is that we have gotten to the point that our dirty laundry has gotten so bad that other people, they feel the need to step in. And I got appalled by them. Because
you mean like in terms of like community and stuff? Like in terms of like community and in terms of like community and stuff like that?
Let me try to be helpful, Sugar Love. May I?
Like you're talking about it's so.
No,
let me try to help you, brother. Can you listen for a second? So here's what's happening. She and I are talking about possible solutions in regards to bridging this gap between males and females. What I'm talking about is the historical things that are going on. And unfortunately, what's happening is you got so much stuff going on in the background, and you don't realize what we're talking about is starting to derail the conversation. No disrespect to you, but it's real loud.
Put your mic on mute for a minute.
Yeah, I'm on
the. You gotta put. Okay, go ahead, intellectual.
Oh, you just called me Mr. Research. Everybody in YouTube streets calls me Mr. Research. So I research things, my ladies, all the way from the Queen Dido, the Iron Age, the Brown Age. And the reason I do that is because when I hold stage conversations or speaking engagements, I always try to get stuff to people where you can go Google it yourself and see the connection. We are living a plantation behavior mentality, because nowhere on the planet do women come first. Nowhere. And I'm not knocking women, because I believe you guys are beautiful and you guys are special. But what has happened is let me backtrack, because I want to give you guys things that are super valid that you can't compete with me on. Before the right to vote, only Black men were helping Black women. Let me say it again. Before the right to vote, when a Black man had a dentist job, a business, he hired Black assistants. When a Black man had a doctor's business, he hired Black assistants, women. But when women have these same Black-owned business, they hire everybody except a Black man. And like I said, Black men don't even like hiring Black men. Which is why the EEOC, and this is documented, anytime I speak to you guys, you come on my panel, I come on your panel, I'm going to give you documented research. I'm not going to give you I feel, I think. I'm giving you documented. For the past 4 decades, ladies and gentlemen, Black males have had the highest EEOC complaints at the application level, at the human resource level, and firing. How can that be if the Black woman is hiring the Black man and the Black man is hiring the Black man? But okay, I digress. Let's get off that, because we don't want to make our ladies look incorrect.
Listen, we're trying to bridge the gap. So sometimes, at least you're putting it in a way where it's intellectual. But do you feel that once women got on this independent mess, they forgot about the Black man?
What the white woman did, matter of fact, because somebody said semi-true, Viper Black, everything I say is documented, but let's dig it even more solidified. Black males created the Pullman Train Union. They created the first Black women's economic convention for his woman. I don't see Black women creating the first Black boy economics, nothing. When Pullmans created their union, they looked out for their women. They brought their women into the union 2 years later. Not white men, not white women. Now, this is at the same time white women are trying to, and this goes to your answer, Sugar Love. This is at the same time white women are convincing Black women, march with us for suffrage and turn against your Black man. But wait a minute. You don't even want the Black woman to work in the office with you? No. Matter of fact, you will find in books written by Black women during their suffrage time, white women told them to get in the back of the march. Don't even march side by side with them. So here's the question, or here's the answer to your question. When the 70s came about, you start seeing more and more women go on TV and argue with other women on how they need to turn against the black man. Why? We were just helping you. Maybe 20,000 black guys wasn't acting right toward 20,000 black women, but the rest of us was helping you. Why do this? Because the white woman started getting into her head. I yield the mic.
I'm going to agree with you, but that's on a higher level. On a grassroots level, there are plenty, including myself, that are doing a lot for black boys. It may not be on a high level that it makes the paper or it makes a census or where you can study. But you do got a lot of good women out there.
Yeah. 30% of you guys are great.
That are putting, either finding men to help. I know women that don't even know football, but they started a football team just so these boys can have a football team. I've known women that's like me. I bring in people like to teach them about financial, about the law. So let's not say, we already know how history goes, but we do got a lot of small people that will always go unnoticed. So I have to speak for them also. And like I said, I am one of them. I do a lot for young boys because how you doing, Eric? I have a young boy. I have not, they're grown now, but not the son. And I also have a grandson. So I have to put in curriculums for men. May not be on a high level. You might never know, but I know the women like me that do it.
We can all do anecdotal. We can all do personal circles, but we're talking about the topic. The topic can't be, just like we learned in school about percentages. We can't use 30% of you great women to talk about the totality of 100, because then the solution doesn't get there. Because here's the ironic thing, and I noticed a couple of people in the chat room getting mad only because I'm quoting such stuff that they can research themselves. It sounds arrogant, I know, but when you see the frustration of black males not being allowed anecdotal evidence, I know some great black guys who do great things and treat their wives right. No, when it comes to this gender stuff, black males are looked at the scope of 100. They don't get to be considered 30% because grandma is tied up in the basement and the new grandma is 25 years old and she is an anti-male speaker. So this is where the problem comes. Now, somebody said, what is the solution? Well, see, this is another problem. I gave a solution to Warrior Mink. He's like, what are you talking about? So sometimes when we do give solutions, there are things that you don't understand. And we have to give this historical handshake to you guys to get you to realize that when things changed, black males were not the evil people that Warrior Mink thought they was. Oh, these dudes just need to shape up. No, these dudes was acting perfectly 1950s, 1960s, before the right to vote. 1970s, creating Black Panthers. They were acting perfectly. If it wasn't for Ronald Reagan crack and Ronald Reagan changing the laws that gave women most of their power, it wasn't white or women who did that. That was Ronald Reagan. So when you know these historical things, now you come to the solution. Here's the solution. Number one, everybody under sound of my voice, admit black men historically were helping black women. That's rule number one. You got to say that because the 2020 woman is under the belief black men never helped. Never helped. So people like Warrior Mink is hiding and not telling these young girls, hey, no. Black men are the reason that the first black woman traveled around the world in a plane. Because he bankrolled her. C.J. Walker, he owned the Denver Ad Post and the St. Louis Post. So why are we putting out a Netflix movie making him look like an incompetent buffoon when it was his money and his house Sarah Breed was working out of? See, Warrior Mink needs to start there. Now we can move to the second part of the solution. The second part of the solution is there are some anecdotal good black women, great black women, anecdotal good black men, great black men. Now our imaging is starting to come together because now we get to drown out the anti-male speakers and the anti-woman speakers with actual information. Third solution, once you get there, we need to hire each other. Why does the black woman tell the black man who has an EEOC for the past 4 decades this high? Oh, wait, somebody's insulting me in the chat room because they don't like what I'm saying. But okay, no problem. I guess you don't like information. But here's the thing. How is the Israeli guy going to hire his own person, another Polish person? Because, you know, Israel's not really Israel people. They're really Polish. How is the Israel guy going to hire his Polish person, and the Polish person ain't even skilled? But then Warrior Mink telling me I'm not qualified because I don't have the proper skills. Gatekeeper. One more thing, and I'm gonna be quiet. How is the Pakistani who just got here three years ago now the manager of Viper Black? That's because Mink Warrior kept helping this guy get up where he needed to be. We got to do the same thing they do. They hire their people regardless of whether they're skilled. You got so many people from other countries coming here, and the black person's being told, hey, go ahead and train Habib. Whoa. Habib needs to know his stuff. Well, and ironically, it's an Indian person telling you to train another Indian person. But y'all just blocked 4 black people last month. I'm gonna yield the floor. I've talked too much.
No, you listen. This is what I still believe we have to learn how to think more as a unit. You know, I'm not going to take no props away from the black man. Maybe we need to start giving each other more props, because it's not no struggle that a black man has been through. A black woman did not have his back. We always had you guys back. So we're not going to make it seem like, okay, yeah, you did a lot for us, but we still had your back. We lost our kids too. When they was bombing up them houses, them was our kids who got caught in them fires, who got bombed, who got spit on and everything. It was our kids. It was our people. You know, so I'm never going to just, I see what you're saying, but it still go hand in hand. It still goes hand in hand.
Well, let me share this
without the other.
I agree with you, sister. I'm not in denial. I'm just telling you what people see outside of yourself and myself. So I volunteer. I work in medical finance. I also managed a hotel at night for the loss prevention team. I get bored. I like working 2 jobs. So I volunteer for Families First in Atlanta. First time black fathers in Atlanta to help young dudes who got a girl pregnant so they know what to do. I'm not hiding from the safety of the chat room. I'm getting off work at 5. I'm tucking and rolling and being at one of these organizations by 6:30, and then getting back home by 8. So I'm sitting up here doing the work. Volunteer for Big Brothers now that I moved here to California. This isn't bragging. This is just letting you know before somebody say, well, what are you doing? You know, that type of stuff. So here's the problem, my lady, my sugar love. Your average black male does not believe black women have been helping him. Here's why. The number one thing important to a black man that women could help him with is not marching or speaking up for black men.
I have to
It's
agree.
not.
This
It's
is
not.
why. This is why I got that. This is why I made today.
Well, here's my point. This is
what this was about. Go ahead, sir.
Here's my point. I'll be quiet. If the black boy does not ask you to march, he's looking for Mink Warrior to get to the front of the microphone and talk. That's who he want to see. But thank you, women, for stepping forward, because Mink Warrior and myself don't step forward like we should, and myself. So what we want to see is when we try to get economically empowered with a better job, a better role, we have to stop seeing this is what we black males want. Now, maybe Mink Warrior never had this happen to him. Maybe a couple other people never happened to it, but this is what's happening on a grand scale because the EEOC proves it. We need to stop seeing our black woman as the one blocking our application, blocking our access to a job, which is why we came up with the term black women are gatekeepers at these jobs. It happens so much that we as black men created a name for it. We only can care about the economics. We don't need for y'all to march. We don't need for you to speak up. We need for you to do the same thing the Pakistani woman is doing for her Pakistani man. Give us easy access to these great jobs. How are you going to be the COO of this hospital and your black male hiring is at its lowest, but the guy across the river who runs a hospital also, he has the highest black male situation. I'm the only black male at my entire hospital department. Why is that? That's so crazy. But let me be quiet.
So you're saying that these women are bosses. The women are bosses.
Blockers.
No. You're saying that we're not hiring you guys, so you're calling us bosses?
Call them gatekeepers. Gatekeepers.
But so we're the bosses. We are in charge. And being that we are in charge, we became gatekeepers and not letting you guys in. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. It's when you put, I guarantee you, even amongst some of your male friends, don't you ask, let a stranger like me ask so they can feel comfortable to tell you the truth. Because if you ask, they'll try to protect your feelings. You get about 10 you get about 10 minutes
of these black CEO women. Because that's the only way that we can discuss this matter. You please send me this information so us women can say, hey, you doing our black men dirty. You doing our black men wrong. These black men right here are qualified. Why are you not hiring black men? See, I would need more information on that because I can't speak upon it. I don't know about the CEO women that are being gatekeepers. Please send me who these people are and what companies that they have.
I can do that for you. That's not a problem because one black guy had to sue a black woman for not hiring him. So we can do that. Here's the thing. It's not just COOs. Let's not just make it a COOs. It's the women in the HR level, the women in the manager level, and so on and so forth. What I'm trying to share with you is there is a culture where these black boys look at black women not as helping them, because their number one concern is different from the black woman's number one concern when it comes to helping those black boys. The black woman's number one concern is give me the microphone and I'm marching with you. I love the fact they're marching with us. We don't need them on the microphone. We never asked for that. But thank you for stepping in because I'm not there. Warrior Mink isn't there. So thank you. I'm not being facetious. Thank you. But here's where we do need you. Don't let it be a black woman be the reason why we don't get higher level positions. In my 27 career, and I see somebody else has joined, so I'm going to say this last thing. In my 27-year career, only 3 black women assisted me. The rest of them fought against me, and white women had to fight against these black women to give a job to a guy who has 5 certifications in every area of medical finance. You guys don't realize that because people like Mink Warrior are stopping me from speaking because he don't want to hurt y'all feelings. He thinks that me telling that truth is complaining. But in order for us to get to the solution, we have to tell you these uncomfortable things, ladies, so you can realize how we see it on an economic level, not from a Pookie and Ray Ray level. Now be quiet.
But to keep it in-house, that's the purpose of this topic, to keep it in-house, please, if you get a chance, send me this information so we can do this in-house. So basically, what you're saying is black women is not hiring. So are you saying that all black men in position are hiring the black men in position, just not the black woman? That's a yes or no.
I'm saying when it comes to percentages.
No, not percentages. You're saying, you
talking about absolutes? You want absolutes?
Men, all the black men that are in power, that are able to give jobs to the black men, are they the only ones that's hiring black men, but not the black women that's in the same position?
Yes, in this black group that we have of Americans, yes.
So again, we need to share this information, because you guys need to know that there are black women that do have your back. You need to know that there are some black women that do not have no idea about the black female gatekeepers, because that could be, if we don't stop them, what happens to when our son needs a job and a black woman stops him from getting a job? So
he does what we've always done. We just turn to the streets because we can't get a job.
No. But if we're gonna,
you think so many of us turn to the streets?
If we're gonna try to rectify the problem, we need to step to these women and be like, yo, hey, these black men, I mean, if we want to make it better for the future, then us regular women have to go after these gatekeepers. Sometimes we gotta check ourselves. So we gotta check our sister. And we gotta find out, what's your problem? What is your problem with educated black men who deserve this spot and you're not giving it to them? Lady Pat, the floor is yours, my sister.
Hi, everyone. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Yeah, I'm listening to everything Mr. Research says, and some of it I do agree with already. And I don't know if he was being general about saying someone was mad in the chat. I don't know what he was talking about, but I know I put in there, take accountability, when he said, when the other gentleman said, what can we do? And I said, take accountability. I don't think anyone can start anything without taking responsibility, accountability first anyway. Like, I work around drug users, and that's the first thing we talk about is accountability. You won't change a thing unless you look within yourself and see what's going wrong first. I feel like we are blindsided. That's my opinion on it. Me and my spouse, we own property, right? He suggests every time that we get male Mexican contractors to do things, and I always go against the grain and say, no, let's get black ones. Let's look for more black ones. I'll look up some, find them. And I hate to say this, but we had a lot of damage done on their behalf, or the people come late, leave early. It just was always something, but I always get benefit of the doubt because I know the situation of the economy and what has been done to our people. So I get it. So I try to get them benefit of the doubt, but I can't lose money trying to always consistently help, like you just can't lose yourself always trying to help others. Sometimes you got to worry about yourself. You got to do self-preservation. So I can see it in that way because we have history of damage, and I just don't like the whole going back and forth. The women not doing this, the men not doing this. We're the leaders of the community. but the women are the matriarch. It just the back and forth is nauseating. It really is. And I hear it from all classes of people, whether you consider yourself a Pookie, a Ray Ray, or educated land, whatever you want to call these categories, which I don't understand why we keep categorizing ourselves in these crazy I don't understand it. It's so frustrating. You know, it's either you're a decent person or you're not. You have character or you don't. You have morality or you don't. Like, all of this, you a Pookie and Ray. You never know that Pookie and Ray may have the best character than that educated lane. You never know. So it's like, I don't even put people on that pedestal. No one. I will never put anyone on a pedestal to that level. So when I hear men, especially, I know what women do because I'm a woman. But when I hear men, because I will prefer the men to continue being the leaders of the community, because other men are being leaders to the community, and we as women should not have to go toe to toe with other groups of men to just get the basic necessities to be here. So I don't agree with that. So I will prefer a man to do what he got to do against another man. Why not? So when I hear our men just downing every single time, well, especially on the social media, because in my day-to-day life, I don't see this. I'm sorry, I just don't. In my day-to-day life, I don't see this. Maybe they talk mess behind closed doors. That's fine with me. But me working with the buildings, like, I don't hear men just, talking mess about women on a constant basis like this. Only on social media have I noticed this. And it's tragic, because I feel so bad for the next generation that they're going to be brought up into this and they have no one to even guide them properly, not even their own fathers, uncles, male cousins, it doesn't matter. Here it is. I have literally 33 nieces and nephews, 33 and counting, okay? Majority are nephews. I try my best to put them in programs around other men, because I hate to say some of their fathers are not around. I hate to say it. I really do hate to say that. I don't like it either. It's so much, and I know this as a woman standpoint, there's only so much you could do as a woman with a male child. I get it. I get it. But the absentee fatherhood, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And and we all can see the damage it's doing without a father being around, an active father. Because you could be a father around and not doing a thing. An active father, a proactive father that want to see their child grow up and be great. Not these men just going over here laying they whatever in any woman and then saying, I got a bunch of kids. I know a lot of men that's doing that and walk around with their chests out like they're doing a great deed by populating the earth, I guess, with their absentee fatherhood, and then they want to talk mess about the child and the woman. I would never understand that. That's why I will always go back to accountability. When you realize you do wrong, hopefully your brain cells will activate and you will do right. Not continue on doing wrong. But I'm just noticing, as long as you blame other people, you will never fix yourself. You will never fix yourself. You go in this everlasting pattern of blaming people and staying stagnant. And that's what I'm noticing a lot. A lot of people just prefer to stay stagnant, blame women, blame the white man, blame the roach on the floor, like just blame everything. And it's for what? It's for none. So that's my partake on it. But I do agree with some stuff Mr. Research said. Yeah, we could pull up the stats. We could go in history, and history repeats itself. You can see that as well. History repeats itself. So we're allowing someone to infiltrate what we got going on, and now we want to look like, oh my God, what's going on? Just open up a history book. We've been doing this. We've been allowing other people to cause division amongst other. How you think the slave trade was going on? Causing division amongst the people, and then we can come and infiltrate and come get you and persuade you that this grass is greener or whatever, and now we got you. So it's the same thing. It's just a different century in time. And I'm just tired of all the back and forth. I don't even like arguing with people, because I feel like an argument, if it doesn't have anything at the end that we both can gain, what's the purpose of me talking to you? What is the purpose? Here's the point. Breath for nothing. We just talked about nothing. So I feel like a lot of time we arguing, but we don't have an end goal. Now we can debate all day long, but I don't think that's the end goal either. But the argument and putting the women down, that to me, that makes all of us look bad, first and foremost, to these other groups. I don't like it. It makes all of us look bad. But it definitely, to me, will make the men look bad, because you're supposed to be over. Every man is the head of their group. You're supposed to be over. So just downing your women, How you think your son gonna grow up talk to women? How you think
Who cares? Who cares about that son? Here's why. Who cares? Because
I care.
Well, here's the problem though, Miss Pat. The reason I say who cares is because all we really want to do is tell these boys to shut up so we can go back to beating them up.
No, I don't think
that's what we really want. Because if people really cared when it first started happening, even here on YouTube, back in 2007, it was a woman named Elizabeth sitting up here calling men dogs. She was trying to promote her MTV show, Black Women Going to Rome to Find Love. It was only one black woman. It was only one black woman. Her name was Statuous One. It was only one black. Her name was Elizabeth.
She was like a matchmaker or something, relationship coach, another relationship coach, right? Like one of those.
These YouTube streets was peaceful. She brought all that negative gender bashing energy, and there was one black woman by the name of Statuous One, who still got a couple of videos floating around somewhere, who went around attacking black women, said stop doing just what Miss Pat is talking about. But the problem is, people wait until black men start replying back.
Mr. Research, you really think that one woman caused a whole hundreds of thousands of men to get themselves on YouTube, make platforms just to bad? You telling me that one woman can dictate their manhood that bad? That can dictate their manhood to the point that they gotta create a platform to bash women, and they could possibly have daughters, have women family members, and they have a mother as well. And you think that just show me that people do not know how to contain their emotions.
Here's the funny thing. That proves, like I said, and then this is no discredit to you, Miss Pat.
That's fine.
You said that one person, but how culture works, if you get one Hitler, they multiply. It is not about Hitler anymore. What that one woman did was she created a bunch of mini women who went around attacking dudes, and dudes for a year and a half here on YouTube sat here in silence and was like, damn, man, I wish they stopped that, man. Why they doing that? Because they're going off their grandfather's teaching of you just got to understand the black woman. Unfortunately, there was no Miss Pat at that time, other than Statuous One, coming to our defense, women to women. Because back in the end, brothers was like, we don't even want, blah, blah, blah. Because everybody's mindset was black men are just like Chicken George. They'll just keep taking it. They're worthless anyway. And then along came Tommy Sotomayor.
Oh God!
Tommy Sotomayor saw what was happening from his blog talk radio. Oh, I'm telling you, documented history. When black men were quiet and they were just getting beat up on the regular, and nobody cared to have all this. I hate to see it happen. They were joining the women. Yeah, black men are dogs and trash. Why do you think we got the word dog? D-A-W-G. You think that's a term we created? No, that's a term that was given to us. We just took it as a term of endearment because we got called dogs so much. George Clinton made the song Dog Catcher because women start calling men dogs. Come on, ladies. This is not rocket science.
Okay,
I don't agree with most of that, what he just said. I don't, because I feel like this been going on throughout history. This social media is what, the 20 years, 25 years at the most, with the technology advance and everything. This has been going on. That's what I'm trying to cut through. All this, she started this first. You hit me first, so I had to hit you back. You did this, so I did it back to you 10 times more. Where is the end game?
The end game is black men go back to being bashed and disrespected, and everybody watches the women do it, and that's what's going to happen. Because what's going to happen is, because I saw it happen in France, 1992, same thing. Black French people were wonderful to each other. All of a sudden, you start having some black French women talk about the white French women, men treat us so much better. Next thing you know, within a year, all of these people are bashing each other. This is before internet. Now you can't even find a French couple together, because what happened was people weaponized those women attacking those men, and they went after the best quality producing men they could until there was none left. Same thing's going to happen here in America. Once these Indians start coming into prominence, because Indian women get hit with sticks at home. They get hit. They're not like
Chinese
black
women do too.
So okay, they get hit with sticks. Okay, Miss Pat. My point is, these people are going to end up picking the best of the
Sugar Love
crop.
trying to say something.
Okay, let me be quiet. Go ahead, Pat.
Intellectual. I just gotta ask you a question, and then I'm gonna give Viper Black the floor because she's been waiting. Do you love the black woman?
Very much so. Anecdotal, yes. I understand people want to personally attack and don't want to talk about the topic, but yes, I adore black women, and I prefer very dark women. Actually,
I just need to know, is what you're saying out of love, or is it just to prove your point? Is it different?
I made that statement when I came in. I said everything is out of love and to help.
Okay, so that's what I want to know. You said you do love the black woman. Okay, Viper Black, the floor is yours, sister.
Thank you, Miss Sugar Love. Mr. Research, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not all into the percentage, the calculator, the CEO stuff. I'm not into all that because that's not where my business at. That's not where I work at. But I do see on what goes on in other people's houses, what goes on in the street. Yeah, I agree with some of the stuff you say. Now, am I mad about it? No, I'm not mad about it because I'm 30-something years old. I done seen this for 30-something years. And you gotta actually look at it. This stuff stemmed from way, way, way back then. This stuff started with slavery, before slavery, whatever. This stuff been going on where you have to admit some women are at fault, some men are at fault. Black, white, whatever. Because you start doing this, when you start preaching negative stuff in your house, it starts coming out. We got black people, because I know in my house, my mama taught me every day, stick with your own race. Stick with your own race. Because this race is bad, this race bad, this race bad. I didn't do it. You know, I have mixed kids. Because I'm like, love is love, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not finna sit here and say, hey, how could I say this? I'm not finna sit here and say, hey, women are wrong for how they feel about black men. I'm not finna sit here and say that because black men have made it to what it is. Now, back in the day with my grandpa and stuff, yeah, I love my grandpa. Shoot, plenty of times I wish I was born back then when he was, because my grandpa was a man. My grandpa, he raised his kids. He was there for them. But you cannot take away from what we see. Because I'm a 30-something-year-old woman, never seen my daddy a day in my life. So yeah, to a point, I look at it as black men are dogs. Black men, they just do what they need. They do whatever they want to do, and they leave. They make kids and leave because that's all I seen. So you can't take that away from other women if that's all what they see. Yeah, we want to better ourselves, yes, because this is getting ridiculous with white cops killing black people. This is getting ridiculous. So we standing up because us black women are getting tired of our black boys, people that we have set up for 9 months in our stomach and then fed and clothed and raised, and just to be shot down because a white man said he wanted to. You got to level it out. You can't go with percentages here with nothing. We got to fix ourselves. And with this whole, men don't want women to march for them. Well, somebody got to do it. Like, come on. If you want better, you got to do better. You can't sit here. I'm sorry for preaching this quote from a movie, but if you sit here and you're a man and you sit here and you keep your mouth closed, but you see a problem going on, and you sit here with your mouth closed and you don't say nothing, guess what? Nothing's gonna get fixed. That's what it is. You can't sit here. We're not mind readers. Women are not mind readers. We go off feelings, true enough. But if you don't want us to march for you, then hey, get up and do it yourself or say something.
Here's the thing. When we do, and throughout history, when we do have guys come to the forefront, let's use two historical things that happened, and they actually made movies about it. But these two things did happen: the movie Lean on Me and the movie Coach Carter.
Oh my movies! Oh God!
These are two things that historically happened. The black boys and the Latin boys were in a rut. Things were going wrong for them. And I'm going to use what Viper Black just said. Black man speaks up, black woman tears him down, and the black man helps the black woman to tear down the black man that changed everything for the good. So the solution, because solution number 5, you can't say I ain't dropped solutions. Women, go up and stop that woman who's actually making it who's actually starting to stop that man from making a difference. Women, stop saying you don't see it. Try to go out of your way to see it more often, because sometimes you drive right past it because she's one of the sisterhood. And when you see one of these guys trying to stop one of these men for no apparent reason, I'm telling you, he's doing it to please women. That's his thing. It ain't a guy thing. Most guys do stuff because they think it'll please women. I had a situation where a lady thought I was lying. I told her, ask your coworker. Coworker said the opposite of what I said. I said, okay, no problem. I'll take the egg on my face. 2 weeks later, I said, you know what? Ask that coworker that same thing. Watch you say something different. She asked him again. He said something totally different. She said, why you lie? He said, I was just, dudes lie in this community to please women. Dudes hold men back from helping black boys. It sounds crazy what I'm saying, I know, but I've worked at these organizations. At First Time Fathers in Atlanta, I had a black male sheriff steal $32,000 from the organization. I'm telling you what actually happens, ladies. So what I need for ladies and men, because solution number 6, don't be when y'all feel like y'all not seeing the frustration of some of these black sons. Every 4 months, just go out of your way and try to see what you see. And if you don't see it, try to look a bit harder, because the reality is that boy is going to turn to the streets and he's going to watch you leave and go to work, and he's going to kick in your door because he feels he has no solutions. I used to be one of those dudes.
Where are you from, Mr. Intellectual?
Mr. Research, Mr.
Intellectual. I just like that. But where are you originally from?
Oakland, California, one of the roughest places around here.
Oh, okay. So what are your solutions containing what black men can do to make this situation better? You let us know what we can do, and I'm taking heed to what you're saying, and I'm going to try to apply that. Now, flip the coin. What are some of the things that black men can do to improve the relationship with the black woman?
Okay, so with the black woman. Okay, so the first thing, and this is a unique one. All older men are not mature. Women have to stop, and I am going to ask you a question about the men. I know. Let me preface the question.
Okay.
Women have to realize that a lot of these guys are, like they say in Japan, older boys.
Peter Pan.
Age does not mean he's mature. So what men have to do is go after these old boys.
I agree.
but we can't have women protecting them when we check them. We can't have women hiding them out when we're trying to get them arrested. We can't have that. The second thing men need to do for women is to understand that many women are not in the correct space they would be if they had not lived in America. So be extremely honest with women, even if it hurts their feelings. Women can build off of super honesty rather than soft words that you think they want to hear. Because what ends up happening, especially in relationships, when you men run into a situation where this woman is frustrating you, it's because she's operating off of your movie words you gave her. She's operating off your actor words you gave her.
I agree.
And you're mad at this chick, not because of her, it's because she believed your leading role. Okay? The third thing men can do for women, stop being a just enough brother. Don't go to work, be there for 3 years and not be supervisor. The girl wants to be able to brag about you and your achievements, or she wants to have some financial security, an extra $10,000, $20,000 that your supervisor role might help you get. And y'all have less arguments. See, the woman's not going to argue with a dude who is visibly achieving. The woman is not going, she's going to sit up here, talk to her girlfriends. Her girlfriend's going to be like, well, he just made supervisor, girl. You need to chill out. But if you a dude doing just enough, then you just trying to coexist. You're not helping nobody. Your own son don't have respect for you if you just coexisting as a guy. The fourth thing, guys, you have to really get in tune with yourself and know what you like. Know what makes your penis hard. Stop lying to a woman just to get I tolerate you sex. If you really like polka dots, tell this woman you prefer to see her in polka dots, and you ain't gonna take nothing less. If you prefer to see this woman in a certain hairstyle, hey, take this $60 that I earned from my supervisor job.
You said it the right way.
And get $60. That's not enough.
This example.
That's not true. It's not about hot enough, because I've arranged to have my woman hair done. It's not an issue of enough. What I want to see her in. See, you missed that point. What I want to see her in. That's the problem. You got women wanting to get what they want, and ain't nothing wrong with that, ladies. But it don't necessarily turn that guy on. He just tolerates it. And now y'all having I tolerate you sex. Dudes have to know who they are. If I prefer to have certain type of braids, then I'm gonna pay for the $200, $300 braids. And they're gonna be in there for 4-6 months, and I'm gonna give you the oil lubrication and all that. Because that's what I want. So my last point for guys, stop disrespecting other guys. Because women need to see alphas. You want to please women so much that you're willing to be slick-mouthed toward other dudes, because you don't want this woman to look at you and be like, shit, Mr. Research, he mean what he say. And then look back at you and like, ugh. No, don't be mad at me. Because most of the guys who come to me for counseling, they pay $80 a session to come to me for counseling. Most of the dudes who come to me for counseling, I tell them straight up, you are creating the problem with within your family, because biblically, you're supposed to be a manager of the family. And if you're not doing that, then you're just a coexister trying to get manager privileges. You can't do that. So it ain't that I hate Black men or Black women. It's just when I critique Black men, they're able to take it easier than when we critique our women, because our women respectfully have been told for so long, no matter what you do, it don't matter. Here's my last point, lady. I want to be quiet after this. Going back to something Miss Pat said. You see, here's what's happening across the country. And I travel Milwaukee, Seattle, Portland. Black women are being pushed out of the office space, if you notice. Most black women can't get their own daughters to work at the office they've been working at for years. Meanwhile, your daughter is fighting men for security jobs, fighting men for handicap position, handyman position. Black women are starting to go into the man position because it's easier, and less of her are in the female position. So here's what's going to end up happening. The boys who are 12 and 15 now, when they get up to a Mr. Research status and they wearing ties and suits, her presentation with all that testosterone going through her body is not going to be marriageable. And we're going to have a whole nother set of problems. Why y'all dating out? No feminine women left. What are you talking about? Where's the polka dot dresses? I yield the mic.
My testosterone I haven't had any problem with my testosterone problems.
Right. We all
they're pushing those. Like, I know a lot of like
I haven't had any problems.
Some of them study in like Eastern Europe.
Somebody's microphone is not working right. But I would say, do you consider yourself a high value man, or do you value people in their merit?
I'll answer that question. Mr. Fullman wanted to say something.
He got to cut off one of the things he got too much feedback in his microphone.
You probably need to find another source, Mr. Fullman. Yeah, okay, but Mr. Fullman, they can't hear you, Mr. Fullman. He has a 5-second
delay. Do I need to cut off like what, a YouTube or something like that?
You're good. You're good.
You probably got to cut off your volume, sir.
You said you can hear me now, or what?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm good?
Yes.
You said I'm good?
Yes, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna be that long, but from being like, because I already told you, like I'm first generation immigrant. You know what I mean? Like, and okay. All right. So I don't want to be too long-winded, but what I want to say, like, and this is from looking from it, like from a first generation immigrant perspective, I think it really comes down to like really like owning everything about yourself, and like not really looking for handouts, I should say, and doing it yourself. I think that's what it really comes down to. Like, so we won't be having this discussion. You know what I mean? Like, I think that it's important for, both Black women and Black men to get the skills necessary and then bring those skills back to their community and then teach other people those skills, and they can build something themselves, like organically. You know what I mean? And I think it will work out better, because then that way you won't have that kind of like issue, and you'll be creating your own jobs within the community. You know what I mean? Of course, it's going to take training, and of course, like, people are going to have to go to different fields. Not everybody.
But Dr. Phil, Mr. Phil, now I know that you said, I know you from Africa. We went because you're a French show. What is the relationship between the men and women dynamics?
I mean, I want to, like, even with me, like, I went to Eritrea recently.
Hello?
Yeah.
What is the difference in the women and men dynamics in Africa compared to the ones that's in America?
Well,
what is the
the thing is, we've had like crazy struggles back then. My dad, may he rest. Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I think he needs to close it and start over.
What's the differences? Well, you know, like a man is like really expected to like pretty much like do everything, like in terms of like.
All right.
He had his microphone. He's back feeding. But you could go back to the question I asked you, Mr. Intellectual.
Hold on for a second. Before we get to that question, let me address a couple of things that he says, because again, I'm a traveled guy. So Africans take lots of handouts, but they don't believe they do. And I always try to point out to Africans, don't say that Ku Klux Klan word of take handouts, because that's something you learn from Fox News.
Exactly.
Every group takes hands out. When you, as a Nigerian, a Liberian, a Mali, you go to Germany. You go to Germany. First thing you do is look for the Mali flag, the Mali restaurant. You go there and start speaking your Mali language, and the guy who's been living there in Germany all this time will start handing out all type of good information. Where other Mali people are, where this sister who is a Mali, she's HR over here, brother's a manager Mali over there. See, when you have a flag, it's different than being an ADOS person.
Right.
ADOS person sees that American flag in London, that white guy has no connection to that black person from Texas. But the white person from Texas, get her done, he gives them all the information. So it's not the same. And you can't have these type of ADOS conversations mixed in. When it comes, give back to the community, my fellow Africans, where is your African hospital that you built? Where is the African movie theater? So respectfully, before we say to the ADOS people, give back to the community, we would like for you to give some examples. A couple other quick things is, get the bag is not power. That's something. Get the bag has not. You can make $100,000 doing tractor trailer, driving from one place to the other. You're still at begging that broker to give you contract work. Until you make enough money and you make a conglomerate, yes, I'm talking business, with 13 other tractor drivers, and you guys bankroll a broker just for y'all, you're not taking over. You're a participant. You are a tech worker. Just like I dropped that link in the chat room because all you guys wanted proof. Black tech guy got let go from Facebook, treated wrong. So he has no backing. Last thing about the African, when he says community jobs, where is the Nigerian hospital? I will wait. Crickets. Where is the Ghana hospital? I will wait. It doesn't exist. You have little anecdotal things. You have one guy owns a McDonald's, one guy owns a clinic. But where is the group economics that he just suggested? Thank you for time on that. What did you say, Miss Sugarlove? Your question was what?
Oh wow.
I came here to give information, Miss Sister Love. You notice I ain't being negative, nasty like other brothers.
No. You said you love the black sister, so we already know you love the black man and you love the black sister. So you're only here because you're trying to see where we can come together. That's what this channel is for. See, my channel is not about bashing. It's about listening to see how we can grow. So if your information could help us grow, you are more than welcome.
It's just a lot of guys don't have the patience to let the information speak. I have feelings about what's going on, but I'm not going to express that because that's not helpful. Stick to the information, stick to the topic. That's how I look at it.
Okay. Like I said, do you consider yourself a high value man, or do you value people on their merits?
Okay, no person is valued on their merits. That's a lie that weak brothers made and weak women made to help weak brothers. Stop helping these dudes. Stop working with these dudes. Stop giving these dudes a chance. We don't need you to give us a chance. This is the best time in the world for the black man with the internet. We don't need you to go 50-50. If a black man is telling you he want to be a 50-50 guy or go 100-100, get away from that idiot. Because he don't do that with us on the basketball court. He don't do that with us out there boxing. He don't do that with us when we go into business. We don't play that. But you guys, you want his penis so bad sometimes because he looks sexy. He looks like he can screw. Stop doing that. You're not helping him and you're not helping your future children. I am not a high value guy. I am $3,000 less than a high value guy. I'm an established black man. Let me explain. Let's take money out of it. High value means that you are connected within your industry and you have mastered your industry and you have connections. When you listen to Kevin Samuels, he said 10 things make up the high value. Take money out of it. Everything else has to do connections. Are you part of LinkedIn? Are other people using you as a reference? Have you hired other people or brought other people in? See, a guy that just makes money can't do none of those things. A guy that just makes money, I could sit on a laptop at my house and have a contract and make $200,000. Who have I helped? How am I valuable just because I made some money? But then 3 years later, they don't hire me and that $200,000 is gone. And now I'm back to being a $30,000 cat, which is why Kevin Samuels says you got to have a 10-year model for what you do, or at least a 7-year model. You got to make at least $10,000 a month. I make 7. So these are the things that have to do with value. It's not just the money. How do the white people fear me or revere me? I got 5 certifications. I stopped going to college because my certifications were more powerful. I'm from the hood, sold dope shotguns, but I recognize the loopholes in the game. When I go to try to get a position, like I said before, here go the white women trying to help me, here go the black women trying to stop them. It's crazy. I have no hate for sisters, but I do have to point out to you these realities so you guys know how to fix it. I never forget, I moved back here to California, what was that, 2015. Stanford University, Mexican lady, saw my resume online. Oh, you would fit great, blah, blah, blah. It's 8 minutes from the house, right? 8 minutes. I ain't got to worry about no traffic. I can ride a bicycle to work. We just got to show you to Deborah. Deborah sees my resume. Oh, yeah, you're outstanding, but I don't think you'd be happy here. I said, oh, no, ma'am, I'm fine. I live 8 minutes from here. This would be great. No, I think if you keep looking, I found myself getting angry. I said, no, keep your composure. Maybe she just don't understand. No, ma'am, I just moved back. I'm fine. This would be great for me. No, I don't think I can let you take this position. If you keep looking, you'll get something better than this. You wouldn't be happy here.
So again,
3 years later, the same Mexican lady called me for a different position. I'm already working somewhere. And she's not, it's not that location. It's in a location further away, like almost an hour. They done fired the black lady. Do you see my point? Got to stop doing that. But go ahead, Miss Love.
Well, you know, I think value comes, I don't know, I think everybody has value. I think but the value is what you do for humanity, what you do for people, what you do to lift others up. And if you're in a position, you pull people up with you. Because we got some men that's well-bodied. Well, we got some people that are not. We got some people that, for whatever reason, maybe they have hurt themselves. A lot of them is, we got people that's not in a predicament because of health reasons. Why? You know, they can't live the life like a person that have good health. You know, we got a lot of people that's disabled. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't not that doesn't make you non-valuable. Maybe they're doing other things that are valuable because now they have more free time. So, you know, you have to remove the money out of it. My thing is, if you consider yourself high value, and from what all you have said to me, you sound like a high value man. Anytime you're giving back to the community, and you say you also does, you say you do Big Brothers, correct?
Yes.
That's how all of that stuff that you named that you do, all of that's high value to me.
Well, we don't like we don't like mentioning that, love, because it makes the weaker brothers more applicable, and they get to fool women that way. So respectfully, we disagree on that, because we don't want anything for these just enough and low producing brothers to be able to attach to like a virus.
No, that's why I said the word I. That's why I said the word I didn't say we. That's why I said the word I. I look at everything that a person does. You know, if making money doesn't make you a good person, you could be a terrible person. It's like, what's behind that suit? That's the point that I'm getting to. What's behind that suit? What's behind that desk? What type of person are you? You got a lot of narcissistic people that hold position. You got a lot of sociopaths that hold positions.
And when you say that, though, when you say that, though, I'm trying to share something with you in the man lexicon. When you say that statement about how you feel, you just gave ammunition to put us both on the same. You didn't intend to, but that verbal statement gets sliced up. And now the woman is saying, well, just because he's achieving don't mean he's no good as Tank Top Tony. When you ladies say stuff like that,
men are not. Some high value men are not better than Pookie and Ray Ray. Yeah, because they make money. Yeah, because they make, like I said, I need to know what's behind that suit. See,
that's why we can't go.
You told me what's behind your suit. You know, I've been around some of everything, some of everybody. I do community work.
Okay.
And around some of them.
How we look at it, though, is when you say that, I'm going to use it in the woman's example. I'm going to use the same thing that you just said in the woman's example. When I see this professional woman, not even business, just professional woman, I can't say she's no better than the prostitute on the street, because I need to know what's behind her suit.
Exactly. And you need to know.
Well, now,
the woman in position, just like the woman in that position, or the gatekeepers that you're talking about. I'm gonna give you the mic in 1 second, Viper. And the gate women that you're talking about, they're no better than them. If you're keeping somebody down for some reason, you know what's behind that suit. As a lot of different things make a person. Just your suit and your job does not make you. It's a lot of I like I said, I gotta know. Wait, without a community to back you, you're for the wall. Okay, go ahead, Viper. Sorry.
It's okay. It's cool. I'm thinking. I'm just gonna say, like, wait, the man. I'm just gonna say this here. Please play with it. But all right. I'm thinking you kind of getting confused there a little bit, Mr. Research, because I can understand a little bit of what you're saying, but it's just that's anybody, anywhere. We're not trying to belittle a guy that's or a man that's, let's say, high standard or whatever, but it's a like an internal thing. We have to know what's behind the suit. It ain't nothing to tear you down or make you feel less. We just have to know, because it's just like you said. You can look at a woman in a dress or a business, and she could have been a prostitute or something like that. you know. But the deal is, you're not going to sit there and say, hey, you're not going to try to figure out, what's behind her suit, what's in her head, or whatever. It's not to tear you down. It's just that's what it is.
I totally understand.
Because a cop, a lawyer, or anything, a lawyer could be a good guy on TV, or he could be a good guy in person and can be a very bad guy in a relationship.
Okay, so here's what I'm trying to share with you guys. I'm not saying what you're saying is not valid, but it should stay internal and not verbalized. You can't go to the supermarket and say, I don't know what's in these fruit. I got to taste it first.
I do. I get one of those grapes.
But here's what you've done. Here's what you've done. You unwittingly damaged the brand of the supermarket. You've unwittingly damaged because let me tell you something about children, especially boy children. When they hear you make that statement, it may be valid to you, but now he looks at all of y'all as worthless. He doesn't have a standard because you've told him he got to check first. But then you wonder why he grows up and doesn't see none of y'all with standards. You cannot verbalize those type of things, which is why in other Black cultures, French, German, African, they don't make those type of verbalizations. When you it's called convoluting things. You cannot do that. You have a right to do it because it's your personal feeling and your personal opinion. But now I suggest to you, for the sake of solutions, beware that those type of mixed messages pollutes the viewpoints of boys. Why I gotta wear a suit?
What was
Why
the
I gotta do this for a woman? It's all about who I am. She needs to get to know me.
What was the mixed message, Mr. Intellectual? What was the mixed message?
When you say
I would like to know what's behind the suit.
Yes, because when you say that, you're getting rid of standards. You're diminishing standards verbally.
So you want me to go by face value?
Everything on this planet, everything happens first of all by face value. So I have to judge you as a woman by your age, right? I can't just come up here and call you a girl because you haven't proved to me you're a woman. Am I making sense here?
Yeah, we're gonna agree to disagree with that one, but okay. I hear you.
All right. All I'm saying, the children are watching those type of mixed messages, and when we start questioning why they latch on to that and why people like Mr. Research don't tell them different, is because my mama told me my whole life, a hoe is the same thing as a professional woman. They own the same thing until I get to know her. So all women are hoes. Okay, I can't say nothing to that if that's what your mom taught me.
Well, if you don't want to take the time to find out, it's up to you to find out she's a hoe or not. I don't do face value nothing. I'm going to get to know you. I'm sorry. All that glitter is not gold. All that glitter is not gold. If it's something, like I said, on that behalf, we're going to agree to disagree. I'm not the one.
Yeah, we can't take that.
No, it's okay. All I'm saying, it's good. I'm just saying, don't ask why they have the perception they do, because it comes from loud verbal comments like that. Those comments, we need to have decorum and keep them to ourselves. When we verbalize that, these children are watching and they're mimicking what we say. And there's just no reason to damage this particular brand of fruit off something that you feel. If you want to taste it, go ahead and taste it. But we got to have some standard for people to arrive to, because if not, that's just my thought. But let me be quiet, man. Other people on the panel, I'm talking too much.
Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead, Fulton.
Yeah, so you asked about like relationship dynamics between like African men and African women. Well, it varies from culture to culture, but I know like where with me coming up, my pops, he came up in the Amilcar Cabral, Thomas Sankara era, and they were big time into women's empowerment and stuff, and like putting women in positions and stuff like that. So my dad, he put his two wives in positions and what have you, with their special trade. My mom's in particular, she was a nurse, so that's what she did. She went to Yugoslavia to get the nursing training, and she brought it back to the country and did it that way. And then I think his other wife was into, if I'm not mistaken, like want to say like engineering, some kind of engineering of some sort, and so that's what she did as well. So the male and female dynamics was just like really a partnership. It was like it was basically like if you did your part, then she's gonna do her part. You know what I mean? Like if you like held your part of the bargain, then she's gonna do her part of the bargain, with the kids and stuff like that. But you have to be on your square. You know what I mean? Like
here's the problem.
Providing and stuff like that.
Here's the problem with that though. We don't have a culture here in America. You're talking about a set of traditions that were passed down in your particular tribe or region.
It's not only that.
Or region.
No, it's not only that. I mean, Thomas Sankara and Amilcar Cabral, they brought new ideas to like traditional things, and part of the new ideas were, women's empowerment. That was part of it. That women can do other things besides just, the usual things that they do. That was part of it. My mom being a nurse, that was unheard of back in those times. So they brought new radical ideas. So I consider myself like personally a radical, and the ideas that they brought that I was alluding to is self-sufficiency. Like, I mean, we talk about like, oh, they don't hire like black women, black men, vice versa. I mean, that solution is quite easy. Well, it's not quite easy. It's pretty difficult, but I mean, it's going to be worth it in the long run if you like get the knowledge that in your required field, you bring the knowledge back into your community and you build something within that community. It's hard. Don't get it twisted. It's hard, but imagine like, for example, building a like, let's just say like a STEM center or something in your community. Imagine doing that yourself from the ground up. But you went and got the training.
Here's the thing though. Let me try to share with you something. You do realize that whether you use it or not, you have some assistance from your tribal brothers and sisters. You do realize that.
Honestly, to be honest, I'm
not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect.
I'm first generation. I was raised mostly since I've been here in South Central Los Angeles, and I was also raised in me personally per se, since I'm the only one here from my family, and I had a family friend who kind of took me in. I was raised around South Central Los Angeles gang culture. Okay, that's my element that I was in. So I saw it all. I mean, I saw the dynamics. I saw how self-destruction looks. I've seen everything that you can see. It wasn't a silver spoon. Most of the immigrants who come here, we come from humble beginnings. We come from the similar struggles. It's just that it's a little bit different.
You guys have your own, but you guys have, but see, this is what I'm trying to share with you. I'm an international guy. You guys have your own flag, and many of you have your own second.
Those flags were given to us. Colonialism, colonialism did us in. Those flags don't mean diddly squat. As a matter of fact, Senegal and Gambia is one country. There's no such thing as like a Gambia. It's one place, but Africa was like a piece of cake, in every European power, such as the Belgians, such as the French, such as the Portuguese, they chopped it up and said, okay, this is what this is. Even the country of Nigeria, all that country means is Niger River area.
Okay.
Originally, it wasn't called Nigeria. Nigerians didn't call it Nigerian.
So my question is, sir, if you saw that flag waving big and tall in Montana, you mean it would not attract many of you to go to go to that flag?
I mean, we would look at the we would look at the flag like, oh, what I would say, oh, it's probably if it was my flag, for example, I'll say, oh, there's probably a Senegalese there, or
you
something
see how
like
you
that.
see how you didn't say colonial? You identified. That's the only point I'm making. We when we see the red, white, and blue, we don't identify. We identify that with a redneck guy.
No, I don't agree with that. Let me just rebuttal. Fula, some of that I agree with what you said as far as y'all have a nationality, y'all back each other up, regardless of you saying that you're the first generation. You probably got a whole community, your mother, your father, your aunties, that's backing you up.
To be honest, let me tell you, like, to be honest, like, most of the things I did, I had to do it, like, I'm not trying to sound like arrogant or anything, but I had to learn like a lot of things on my own. Okay.
So how did you get here? If you first generation,
like,
how did you get here?
Someone sent me here. They were like, it's better for you to come here.
And who was that someone?
That was
I wish
my,
I can get sent to England. I wish I can get sent to France.
That was my mom.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You have a conglomerate of people that's backing you up, that say, you know what?
But
let's send you here so you can have a better outlook on life than possibly we have. So you did have, you probably did it on your own as far as, going to the school, doing your book, right, as far as your education go, but you did have somebody pushing you to do what you need to do so you could be better in life. So let's not take away from what people helped you with.
But at the same time, when you get here, especially like just say 7 years ago, especially in South Central Los Angeles, all of that sometimes goes out the window because all you have to do is go outside, and it's either like you're in it, or basically you're outside of it, and it's very hard to be outside of it because if you're outside of it, then chances you become more vulnerable.
Well, here's the thing about.
So you pretty much blended in. You blended in.
Yeah,
so you won't
I
seem
blended
outcast.
in, but
right,
at the same time, but at the same time, I knew that I'm like, I gotta like really like be on my square. I gotta really like do some stuff because people are counting on me. That was always in the back of my head.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem, and I say this with love, brother. I'm not knocking what you're saying. I don't think neither one of us is knocking what you're saying.
No,
we're just trying to get you to consider something. You wasn't out here when the German shepherds were attacking people. You weren't out here when getting cracked over side of the head and the hospital wouldn't help you was a normal thing. You wasn't out here when you couldn't get plasma. You wasn't out here when Ronald Reagan was locking you up for fun. You wasn't. You probably wouldn't finish school because you would have got arrested probably 7 times within a year. You'd have probably been at Rikers Island, held up until your court date, and lost your apartment several times. You came out at a time when everybody fought those battles, and I'm not knocking that. But let's compare it to Africa real quick.
No, okay. First and foremost,
look at the Arabs in Africa. The Arabs are like the Ku Klux Klan of Africa. They tell everybody they love Islam, but the minute they see one of you dark people, they trying their best to put a chain around your neck. Proof of this is they keep killing y'all, and people keep running from Africa, coming to the safety of Spain, coming to the safety of Germany, coming to the safety of America. Talk about
it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than this.
I know. I can leave here and go over to your country where those Arabs are hurting you. They will identify me as different because that's how a lot of people see it. And I'll be able to do great things and say, why can't you Gambia people make it? I just got here from America and I ain't getting attacked.
It's deeper than that. It's not only that. It's a whole slew of things. It's imperialism. It's corrupt leadership. Okay? Most of the good leaders, they are going to kill. Thomas Sankara was one of our best leaders. They killed him. Amilcar Cabral was one of our best leaders. They killed him. They were all teaching the same thing, which is self-sufficiency and do for self. And that's the model in which I run with, no matter where I am. And I just truly believe that no matter what kind of spectrum of Black you are, that it can be done. It's of course it's difficult to be done, but it can be done. And if it's done, I think that would create a better solution for the male and female dynamic instead of being at each other's throats. Because I don't know what happened first. I don't know if the chicken came first or the egg.
We lost our flag first. We lost our flag, our identity. We wish we had a colonial flag. We wish we had a colonial flag to identify ADOS.
I'm not gonna come back to like females or males or anything. I think it's dual responsibility that comes down to it. Like both of us have to be held accountable for things that we do and things that we read, things that we watch and stuff like that, because there definitely is like social engineering that goes on that makes us feel a certain way about one another. And some of those feelings are not natural. When I got here to LA, I was turned cold, okay? And I come from a place of loving. But here, you have to have your guard up. Because if you're looked at as like vulnerable, that could be your head knocked off or something worse. I've been through, I'm not going to talk about all the experiences I've been through, but I've seen a lot of stuff here. Okay, I've witnessed a lot of stuff here to understand like what it really is. Okay, so I'm not saying that I'm not saying this in a way to brag about it or and stuff like that. I'm just speaking from life experiences and from what I see that maybe make things better. And I think what would make things better is self-sufficiency and actually putting forth the effort for us to create something that's organic. Not everybody can do the same thing, but for example, we're going to need like doctors. Yeah, we're going to need doctors, but we're also going to need some financiers to build a hospital for these doctors. Okay, I just believe personally that everybody can play a part, and that if everybody were to play a part, then the male and female gender relationships between black males and black females be a little bit different. You know what I mean? Instead of like it being so toxic, because that's just what I see personally. That I'm not saying it's all toxic, but a lot of it is toxic. Okay?
No, what we're seeing on social media is toxic. It's toxic.
Yeah.
So we just gotta call a spade a spade. But what I want to get at what you said, and Mr. Research, he rebutted it, was as far as you said about we need to build hospitals, and no, you said something about what about the hospitals, and are these other nations that's telling us what we need to do, are they doing that? I kind of agree with Mr. Research on that part, because we can't take away from the fact of the Jim Crow and the finances being allocated to richer neighborhoods and the poor neighborhoods stay poor. Like, we can't take that away and just ignore it and keep saying, well, go do it on your own. Pull up your bootstraps and tie them tight and go do it on your own. We just can't keep saying that and taking away from what has also been taken away. Like, sometimes certain groups can't get proper loans. You know, sometimes your insurance.
Yeah, I understand that.
You know,
I understand that.
It's ways around this.
Guys,
listening.
We're gonna add it with each other. We want to get back on the topic.
Oh no, I'm not going at it with him.
The topic is, how do we clean up our own mess so other ethnic groups don't feel like they have the right to step in?
May I say something about that topic?
So how How do we stop bashing each other in public to whereas people see us as messy? Because that takes away, also, let me finish, that takes away from if you are a high value man or a high value woman, or regardless of, you know, wherever you think you are, you still Black. So if we're still messy, that's still attached to you also. How do we start fixing this internal, that we stop being the joke? Anytime you have Asian, now you got Asian men. See me, I'm going to protect the Black man. I'm going to protect the Black man.
Okay, may I say that? May I say something? May I say something? And then I'm gonna jump off because I gotta go do some stuff. And I'm not trying to have I'm not trying to have a shouting contest or anything. I'm not claiming to be anything. I'm just a regular nigga, you know, who does what he does. You know
No,
what I mean?
you're not.
Like, I'm just gonna say that, yeah, that's why I am. Like, I just, like, you know, I have my hands into some things that I'm working on. You know, I'm not gonna like broadcast those things, but I have some projects going on, you know, but yeah, I'm just regular, you know. I'll just be real with you. I'm just regular. But what I want to say is it starts at the house, because here's the thing. You have to educate your child in a way that's gonna show them their worth and stuff like that. When I was coming up, my dad constantly had me in these books, okay? He constantly had me read about Malcolm X, Maurice Bishop, the Thomas Sankara, the Amilcar Cabrals, the Samora Michels, the Stokely Carmichaels. I was constantly in those books because I know he knew that their perspective was more like for us, you know, and the things that we were going through and whatnot. So it starts in the house, like with the parents. And say it, you know, in this country, you know, that's one of the biggest fears for a lot of people is like a fluent like Black household that is like healthy, that is like prospering, that is doing everything in such a way where the kids are like just doing well. And it really starts with that. It really starts in the house, you know. That's how you repair it, you know, because there's certain values you'll learn in a house that no matter if you go into the world, those values are going to stick with you. Because there's certain values I learned that no matter what, I'm going to stick with those values, and I'm not going to like do any like slimy stuff that would break those values. And that was instilled in the household, you know. So that's just what I want to say. That's the start. The household, the family has to be repaired, you know. And I'm just speaking from what I see from like from being in South Central LA, like from what I witnessed and stuff like that coming up and stuff like that, just about like the family structure, you know what I mean? So that I think that's one of the where it starts, you know. And I'm just gonna get off and, you know, I didn't mean to yell or anything like that. I'm not trying to debate or anything.
Good, bro.
I'm not into debating and stuff like that. I'm not into like going back and forth. That's just not my thing. But yeah, that's what I think. That's
and we appreciate. Appreciate.
But that's just but that's what I think. Like that's what I really think. That's what it begins with. Because even with the education system that they're pitching out right now for the youth, for the kids, what I notice is that like public education right now, especially for minorities, it causes confusion more than anything. I was looking at one of the dudes that I coach in boxing, and he was showing me some of his homework, and I'm like, man, why are they making something so simple so difficult? Like, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, they're really trying to confuse these kids. So I think it's.
My thing is this. We're going after each other, but we're not going after the other. You know, it's like, that's why they feel that it's okay to step into our business. We're not going after these culture vultures. You know, they're now starting to get on the lad, but we got Adam 22. We got a lot of people who has been disrespecting the black man way more than a woman has been disrespecting the black man.
The problem is, you know, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just say this because, you know, if you know me, like, I will, like, if you were to meet me, you know, in person, I'm quiet and I'm chill. But if it came down to like a white person, like being disrespectful, they would feel they would definitely feel me, because I know firsthand what colonialism did to us, and I know what these people are capable of, and things like that.
Well,
Some of us want to go after.
Right?
No, definitely. But no, definitely. But this is what I'm saying. Some of us have dependency syndrome. And because we have dependency syndrome, we rely on them for everything. We rely on them for approval. We rely on them for validation and everything like that. But I'm not one of the people who does that. So, in fact, I don't, you know, I wish that more people would just stop it. You know, for example, like, I mean, I'm just giving an example. Candace Owens, she'll bend over backwards to like be aligned with them. And they're still going to look at her as just another black woman. But that comes from like mental emancipation that needs to be done. We have to mentally emancipate ourselves.
We have to mentally stop. We have to mentally stop airing out our dirty laundry. That is the start. You can educate yourself all you want, but if you, even though it starts with you and your kids and your family, but that's like you the only person on the block that has the best pair of sneakers. Okay, that is, it doesn't mean nothing unless you other people on the block have some good pair of sneakers. People just can't worry about themselves, because when you still got to go out into that, you still have to go out into that world. That's just like I taught my child the best everything. That doesn't mean my child is not going to go out in the world with kids who wasn't taught nothing. So the more we educate ours and others, we just can't just say, well, my household and my family, they still going out. I work with kids. I know where good. I know how good kids come in there, got great families, and got corrupted by the ones who families that teach them nothing. But
that's why community is so important.
Us as people, the first step we need to do is stop airing out our dirty laundry. If like he said before, and he said, well, you got a lot of black women, Mr. Intelligence said, you black women be blocking black men getting jobs. I get all that. Who are these women? Where are these jobs? You know, let us know internally instead of airing it out. Let us know internally.
Well,
so the good women,
hey,
you messing it up for our son. Go ahead, bro.
Here's what I want. Here's what I want to say about in regards to that. The thing is that, you know, I'm just gonna be real with you. Okay, maybe I don't see it because I work for myself. You know, maybe this is why I don't see that element, and I could be wrong. But I really don't see like black women keeping black men from jobs. You know, as a matter of fact, it like, I mean, everybody, put it this way, not everybody is going to be Fortune 500. You know, we know that. But for example, like I have a homegirl, you know, she opened up a salon, you know, and she asked me like, yo, do you know any barbers who need work? I'm like, easy call, I got you. You know, I got you. I'm gonna hit up my homeboy and then send them your way. Mind you, she's a African woman. You know, I said, yeah, I got you. You know, now on a higher corporate level, I really don't know if women are in those positions. Like,
right. Me neither.
You know, I really don't know. Yeah, I really don't know if women are in those high positions. You know what I mean?
That's why I said that means there's a lot of black bosses out here. You got to send me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If we're stopping you from moving forward, that means we're the boss.
Yeah.
So
that's it. That's
it.
And
with them type of positions, if you a man, how you got to create your own lane. You know, somebody, if she's not the owner, who is her boss?
Exactly.
So I mean, if she's the boss and that's her company and she's not hiring you, then that's one thing. But if she's not the owner and she's in the human resources part, who is her boss? So instead of airing to other men, you need to go to her boss, send an email to her boss, or go to her boss and say, well, hold up. I think this is discrimination.
Well, or not only that, up your game. Okay? Up your game. Sometimes, like, for example, like, you may need to, like, I'm sorry to say, you may need to, like, get some other things before you. Because honestly, I'm going to say, like, this is just my belief that it has to be more organic. Because the thing is, if you're working, if you're waiting for, I'm not saying you're waiting, but if you're waiting for example, a black woman to, like, try to give you a job and stuff like that, then, like, why not, like, do some other things to, like, advance your skills in that certain area, to maybe that you can do something, like, in the meantime, to hold yourself up, instead of, like, just saying, oh, black women aren't getting me jobs and
and we are like the gatekeepers. But my thing is, only thing I hear is the black woman is the boss. The black woman she's the boss, and that means,
to be honest, I don't see it.
Let me finish. If you're saying she stopped you from getting a job, correct? If you're saying that she's the gatekeeper, you're saying that she has a position of power that is over you. So you're saying, so the only thing I'm hearing you saying is she is the boss and I'm supposed to be the boss, but she's the boss. And for some people, that's in their mind that's out of order. It should be the other way around. You know, I listen to what people are saying, but if what you're saying is 100% true, why do you air that laundry out to everybody instead of saying, well, hey, let's speak to some women that's not gatekeepers. Let them say, hey, why are you not hiring our men? What's going on? Because at the end of the day, mothers have sons that turn into men. So I'm not going to let the next woman mess up my son's future. So of course we will have to, if what you're saying is true, we're going to address that problem. But you're not
crazy
the problem and you're airing it out. That makes us look bad as people.
You know what's crazy? I read this in a book, man. They said if you want to control a person's culture, control their economy.
Yes,
and it really comes down. It really comes down back to the black dollar. Okay, it comes down. Like, say for example, I'm just going to give you a quick example. Say let's say hypothetically. Okay, hypothetically, you're a CEO of a company, of a Fortune 500 company. That Fortune 500 company is owned by, let's just say, a big Jewish banker. Let's just say that, hypothetically. I come for a job. I say, I'm qualified. I did my certification. I got my degree in such, and such. You say, well, I'm going to call you back. I'm going to give you a call back. Right. And then, weeks later, and I say, oh, well, what's up with the job? And then you say, oh, okay, we found someone else who happened to be a different ethnic group. I'm going to say, okay, well, it is what it is. But at the same time, too, in corporate America, I think there is like quotas that people have to like hire certain I don't know for sure. I need to do my due diligence and research in it.
Well, see,
but I think there's aren't there certain quotas for the amount of minorities you have to hire?
There are quotas because they could be sued. But two things are taking place. Two reasons. You got two things that you might not get hired for. Number one, your people, in their mind is your people are messy. You're messy. Number two, if you don't have respect for your own people and sell your own people out, what are you going to do with me? See, that's where, even though you can figure a lot of these coons, do you think they're the dominant society? Trust them?
Nah,
because you have on a suit. That's why nobody's not going to tell me to look at somebody's appearance. Don't tell me.
I was about to say something about that.
Don't get to know the person. Oh, yes, I am. Oh,
I was about to say
that too. Hold up now. You could be a mass murderer with a suit on.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say something about that. It's not like what's on you, it's what's in you. And I judge by basically how you move and how your actions are. I don't care about your degrees. I don't care about your 3-piece suit. I don't care about the car you drive or anything like that. I look at your actions. I look at how you move. And based on how you move, based on how you talk and things like that, that's how I know, like, okay, this guy is a solid guy. But other than that, I'm not gonna look at your outward appearance and be like, and things like that. And what I'm gonna say, go ahead.
You got people that has disabilities who can't even work for whatever reason. Does that make them does that take away from their value? And if you lose what you got tomorrow, then what happened? If you say, like, I don't know if you heard that part when he was telling me to know. If you go to the store and look at some, no, I'm not going through them scenarios. I want to know what's behind that suit. I know a lot of good people and a lot of high value men don't wear suits. You know that, right? A lot of these.
For me personally, for me, I can only speak for me. I don't like wearing suits. I don't like wearing jeans. I like wearing sweatsuits. I like wearing tracksuits. I like wearing tracksuits a lot. Like I got like a lot of Puma tracksuits and things like that. But I will say that I do my due diligence. I do my research in whatever thing I'm gonna put my hand to. You know what I mean? Like that. And I don't think that me wearing a suit or anything like that should dictate like how you look at me. There is a time and place to blade up. Don't get me wrong. But on a day-to-day basis, when I'm making my swerves, I'm not wearing no suit. I'm wearing like just regular.
Yeah, because it's to me, it's like you trying to get me fool as gold. You understand what I'm saying? That's like all that glitters ain't gold. Don't have me walking around thinking you the fountain of youth and you regular. For example, you regular old water. See, they don't think, they don't want. I'm not saying him in particular. So just in case he's still listening, I'm not talking about you. But some of them guys don't want you to realize they are still the same Pookie and Ray Ray. They just put on a suit, but they still the same old Pookie and Ray Ray. They still have no value. You know what I'm saying? I see you, my co-host. So some of the Pookie and Ray Rays you may see. If you ever had a conversation with some of them are brilliant.
That's the thing about me. I'm gonna say this last thing. That's the thing about me. Like people like judge where I come from and stuff like that. Like, oh, this dude's from South Central. But when dudes talk to me and stuff like that and tell them, yeah, this, that, and the other, they're like, oh shit. He's still the regular nigga. He's still a regular nigga, but he just like, he just did his due diligence and things like that. So I have one friend, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I have one friend, he just bought a Phantom, one of my one like good friend of mine. He bought a Phantom, but he bought that shit in basketball shorts. He bought it in a basketball shorts and t-shirt. Yeah, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, he leveling up. I'm like, that's what's up, and that's how I look at it. I don't look at your clothes. I look at what's inside of you. And like I look at how you like talk and how you carry yourself. And if you like put on this certain facade and things like that, I'm gonna see right through it. Like if you try to be something, then I'm gonna see right through it.
And then a lot of men, they want to throw that alpha up in your face, and they want to throw that every time you got that man, and you want to quote unquote a beta. And but look at his women do this, his women do that, his woman's masculine. See, you fear his masculine woman because if you go against that man, you got to deal with the both of them. See,
listen.
See, an alpha male, the women, they got their women where their women know their place. You got some women that's out there. If you're messing with their man, you're messing with them. If you hit my man hitting you, I'm coming in right behind them. See, that's what a lot of them got that fear of. You got to deal with two people. So let me make that woman look terrible, and let me make that man look terrible. But they know for a fact it's going to be 2 against 1. It's going to be
Let me tell you something.
Against 1. Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something about an alpha. Like an alpha is gonna move in silence. An alpha, but you're gonna feel his presence. You're gonna know what time it is when he gets in the room or how he carries himself. An alpha is not gonna just poke his chest out and like use all these big words and stuff like that.
See, I don't believe in alpha. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I don't believe in alpha. I don't believe in beta. I don't believe in that because I believe people have their own personalities and their own temperament.
Yeah.
You got some people that are just naturally laid back people. Does that mean they don't have a good job? Does that mean they don't take care of business? Does that mean they don't own companies and stuff? So because you're out, that does no. Everybody got their own personality, their own way to themselves. That's why I don't put them tags on people. Because you got some people that had never had a fight in their lives, but nobody never bothered them because they're so easy to get along with. Some people are just born flashy. Some people is born just with that charismatic. They just got that charismatic about them. So again, does that mean that they work or whatever because they talk a good game? Everybody's different, and you got to view people on themselves. I always look at the individual. That's why I'm able to deal with, like what my kids I deal with. That's why I'm able to deal with each child, and I can have about 100 at a time. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. That's how I'm able to deal with each one individually. I don't group them off and say, hey, this is the alpha side of the males. these are the beta males. No, I look at this one, I look at that one. So now I know how to talk to each and every one of them. See, some people, they don't work up close with the kids in the community or with a lot of people. You know, they just go to meetings where there's hot shots, you know. They don't have the type of job where they have to see all these different persons. That's why I see things differently. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of women get abused by men in these suits. I've seen a lot of Pookie and Ray Rays treat women right. You don't know until you conversate with somebody. I'm not going to start conversating with because you have a suit on. Could be a lot of rich men. You could pass. Matter of fact, you're too busy looking at the man at the suit. The rich man is probably the man that's next to him. The rich man is probably the man that's next to him with the rundown sneakers on, coffee spilled on his shirt. He could be the CEO of the 500. I put the link back in there because we got like 10 minutes left. If anybody got anything they want to say within these 10 minutes, hit the link, hit the link, hit the link. But back to the topic, I just like to say, I know we got a lot of work to do. We still have to keep this work going. But my point is, how do we keep this, our dirty laundry, inside? We don't care if we don't get along. We don't care. We never do like each other. We don't care. But keep it inside. Stop airing us out. Stop airing our business out. Stop it. Stop looking to people to give you advice. You know, you still got a lot of good elderly people out there, a lot of good seniors out there who will give you the best advice, who will give you the best advice. Everybody, the Lord spares you, everybody's going to get old. What you going to do? Your look's going to be different. How you move is going to be different. Everything is going to be different. What are you looking for? What are you going to look for when now you went from now underwear to now you got to put on the male underwear, the male Pampers or the female Pampers? You know what I'm saying? You got to take medication. We all got to get old. Beauty fades. Beauty fades. And you could think because a lot of these older men have younger women, believe me, they paying for it. They are paying for it. Nobody think about that good life no more. It's good to have things, you know, financial gain. It's beautiful. Get all of that done. How you going to eat? What are you going to pass down to your kids? But don't let that determine how you are and how you treat people. Don't let that determine how you are and how you treat people. Don't label yourself. Even if you feel you are high value, don't put no label on yourself. Because you make $10,000 a month. Some people can't make it. Some people don't want to. Some people don't want to. It's not like they're not go-getters. Some people just happy where they at. Like me, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy where I'm at. If you want more in life and you're not happy where you at, do what you got to do to move forward. Put that work in. Everything is work. Put that work in. So your kids can see that you put that work in. But like I said, the Black people have gotten to the point, like even when we was having the discussion, we spoke upon black and white, black women doing this, white women doing that. But my topic was about when people from other ethnic backgrounds feel that they can come in and clean up our mess. That's what the topic was about. That's what I want to talk about. When you got other people making videos, giving you advice, giving Black people advice, you know for a fact we need to start changing our conversations. When you got somebody telling a Black woman, no Black man is good for you, ain't never gonna be good for you, leave them alone. Something is wrong with that. When you got white women sitting up there saying, hey, what this guy said to this Black lady is wrong, something is wrong with that. In the minute somebody said something to her and her husband stepped in, that man hurried up. When it came down to when he disrespected the white lady, or thought he was, and her white husband stepped in there, he changed tunes real quick. Why is that? They're not looking at one individual. They're looking at us as a whole. And we have became the joke. We always was the joke. But now they tired of us. And the other video I had with the girl kept talking, where this man said he make 7 figures. And he was talking about these fake high value men. He was basically saying them 6 figures don't mean nothing. I'm where the real money is at. We got to do better. As a people. If I don't like what such is doing, try to say something nice about that person. But we already know that don't make money. So we sold ourselves out. How many times we gonna keep selling ourselves out? I don't know. But that's the problem. We keep selling ourselves. Now we making a profit off our own problems, our own demise. Should you make money off a video because a woman didn't hire you from her job? So now you want to make money off of it. You want to do a bunch of videos and you want to have a bunch of people. And you're a Black man anyway. Why you follow behind the next Black man? Why? Why you taking up for him the way you take up for him? Isn't he alpha? Can he take up for himself? Y'all don't want to call each other alpha. That's right, on Warrior Tribe. We got to start respecting each other. And I was reading all your comments, and you're right. It starts with ourselves. We got to get out of this low vibrational mindset. We got to teach our sons. Even we got to have a white lady tell a Black man, if that's not the woman you want for your wife, pull out. Stop. I mean, it takes for her to tell us that. It takes for her to tell Black men that you're destroying your own family by having all these babies by different men, by different women. It takes for a Caucasian woman to tell us that. That's something that older Black men should be telling younger Black men. That's right. If you haven't liked this video, please like this video. I gladly appreciate it. Hit that like button. Let's hit that like button, baby. Hit that likety like. I am getting ready to get off of this thing. I'm glancing at this E40 and Too Short. They only got 284,000 people in there. I thought it was gonna be 500,000, but it's not that much, so I didn't have to turn it off anyway. But this conversation is done. Hi, we'll continue to uplift each other when the opportunity presents itself. And we have to create the opportunity. We have to create the opportunity every day. And if it means that we have to speak to more men like Intelligent, and we have to speak to more people like them, then that's what we have to do. Because in a nutshell, you didn't see the whole thing, Ann, but in a nutshell, he's saying y'all women are bosses. Black women are the bosses. And we don't like that. And we don't like that. I get it. I get what you're saying. Very well. I understand. I didn't need a degree to understand that. I get it. These men don't like the fact that women are bosses. They don't like the fact that women can say yes or no to them. I get it. Hope, like I said, I still would need the proof for that. Not an individual story. I want to see where you got to show me an abundance of proof, not one situation, an abundance of proof that women are the gatekeepers and we are keeping Black men from advancing. We are not giving them jobs. I need to see that proof. I need to see articles. I need to see what was done. What was done to the women? Did you go over their head? What did you do? I need to see all of that. Before I base my opinion, I got to see the whole real deal. I like to see. My co-host ain't come up here, but don't worry, co-host. I know you'll be up here when you get a chance. My lovely, beautiful co-host, Dr. Amira, but that's still my girl, my partner in crime. But we will continue this. We will continue this. You know, we will continue. Thank you, all my guests, for coming in. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your input. I don't know where Lady Pat go, but thank you again, Lady Pat. Thank you, Warrior Mink Tribe. Make sure you stay a friend to the family. You are now a friend to the family. Please stay. I appreciate you. I got Dr. Amira. I got Ann. Information Man, you missed the show. It was a good show, Information Man, and you missed it. It was good. Let me tell you something, Information Man, before I go. I stayed up to 12 o'clock at night to catch his live because of the time. It's 8 o'clock his time, 12 o'clock my time, but he had a phenomenal show yesterday. We had a good show in here today, a very good show. But like I said, let's clean up our own dirty closet so people don't feel the right to comment on our mess. Thank you so much. Oh, Information Man missed a good show. We had a good one today. We had a real good one. And we're going to do a part 2. Watch the replay. You can skip through some stuff, but watch the replay. But I like to say again, my Black brothers, I love my Black brothers. I'm there for you, and I got your back. And there's plenty of Black women that got your back. Don't base some women and character us all together. We got your back. We always have, and we always will. So I'm going to leave it on that note to my Black brothers. And y'all have a great night and peace.